कि चांदनी चौक के रहने वाले हर व्यक्ति के साथ उसके मुद्दों को हम सुलझाएंगे और ये हमारा वचन है।
इंडिया गठबंधन सामने है,
वो बेमेल गठबंधन है, वो किसी प्रकार का गठबंधन नहीं है। वो पहले एक दूसरे को कोसते हैं, बाद में अपनी राजनीतिक आकांक्षाओं को पूरा करने के लिए हाथ मिला लेते हैं। चोर चोर मौसेरे भाई, उनका फरेब जाल दिल्ली के लोग जान चुके हैं, लिहाजा उसमें कोई फंसने वाला नहीं है और दिल्ली में 7 सीटें हम जीत रहे हैं।
चलिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया बातचीत करने के लिए। प्रवीण खंडेलवाल, जिनका साफ तौर पर कहना है कि दिल्ली की 7 लोकसभा पर बीजेपी जो है वो अपनी जीत जो है वो दर्ज कराएगी। बीजेपी अपने मुद्दों को, व्यापारियों के मुद्दों को और दिल्ली के जितने भी मुद्दे उन सबको उठाकर जनता के सामने रखेगी।
मैं इसके लिए शीर्ष नेतृत्व का आभार प्रकट करता हूँ कि मेरे जैसे एक सामान्य कार्यकर्ता को 2014 में मैं पार्टी का जिलाध्यक्ष था और पार्टी ने एक सांसद का टिकट दिया और जनता के और पार्टी के आशीर्वाद से मैं देश की सबसे बड़ी पंचायत में पहुंचने का मुझे अवसर मिला। और इन 10 वर्षों में नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में जो विकास के आयाम स्थापित हुए हैं वो निश्चित रूप से चित्तौड़ संसदीय क्षेत्र के लिए एक नया मील का पत्थर है, क्योंकि 60 वर्षों में जो काम नहीं हो पाए वो मोदी जी की सरकार में पिछले 10 वर्षों में हुए हैं।
मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का, माननीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी का, माननीय अमित शाह जी का धन्यवाद करता हूं कि मुझे खजुराहो लोकसभा की जनता का पुनः काम करने का अवसर और आशीर्वाद दिया है। बुंदेलखंड की जनता की सेवा करने का पुनः अवसर दिया है। इसलिए मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी का, राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी का, अमित शाह जी का धन्यवाद करता हूं, केंद्रीय नेतृत्व का धन्यवाद करता हूं। और मध्य प्रदेश के 24 सीटों में आदरणीय शिवराज सिंह जी चौहान को विदिशा, आदरणीय ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया जी को गुना से ऊपरी सीट से जो प्रत्याशी बनाया है, इस बार हम पूरे मध्य प्रदेश के अंदर ऐतिहासिक बहुमत से विजयश्री हासिल करेंगे।
बीजेपी प्रदेश अध्यक्ष
जल्दी होगा, शेष बची 5 सीटें हैं वो जल्दी होंगी।
बहुत कृतज्ञ महसूस कर रही हूँ। मैं बहुत आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का, हमारे माननीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी की, हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष माननीय जेपी नड्डा जी की, हमारे राष्ट्रीय संगठन महामंत्री श्री BL संतोष जी की, हमारे दिल्ली प्रदेश के प्रभारी श्री जय पांडा जी की, सह प्रभारी बड़ी बहन अलका गुर्जर जी की, हमारे यशस्वी प्रदेश अध्यक्ष श्री वीरेंद्र सचदेवा जी की, हमारे संगठन महामंत्री प्रदेश में पवन राणा जी की, प्रत्येक भाजपा के कार्यकर्ता और संगठन की कि उन्होंने ये अवसर और ये दायित्व मुझे दिया है। अब मैं आपको कह रही हूँ, अब की बार और फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार, इसके संकल्प भाजपा का एक एक कार्यकर्ता नई दिल्ली लोकसभा सीट पर जाएगा और मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि हम तीसरी बार हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को भारत का प्रधान सेवक बनाएंगे।
माननीय ज्योतिरादित्य जी और माननीय शिवराज सिंह चौहान विदिशा से प्रत्याशी घोषित हुए हैं, ज्योतिरादित्य जी गुना से प्रत्याशी घोषित हुए हैं। ऐसे सभी मध्य प्रदेश के जो प्रत्याशी,
आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री मोदी साहब, अमित भाई शाह साहब, राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी जेपी नड्डा जी, આ બધાએ મળીને આજે નિર્ણય કર્યો છે પાર્લામેન્ટરી બોર્ડના બાકીના સભ્યો સાથે અને દરેક રાજ્યના રાજ્ય કક્ષાના પાર્લામેન્ટરી બોર્ડના સભ્યો સાથે મળીને જે નિર્ણય કર્યો છે મને લાગે છે કે ખૂબ યોગ્ય નિર્ણય છે। ગુજરાતમાં હમણાં સુધી 15 સીટો જાહેર થઈ છે, હજુ 11 સીટો જાહેર કરવાની છે। ટૂંક સમયમાં એમનો પણ નિર્ણય લેવાઈ જશે અને 26 सीट गुजरात में भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये जीतवानी है।
जब लिस्ट आई तो देखा कि कई नाम कटे हुए हैं, तो क्या जिनके नाम कटे हैं उनकी कार्यशैली से भाजपा के शीर्ष नेतृत्व तो खुश नहीं है? तो जब वही खुश नहीं है तो 5 साल का हिसाब कौन देगा जिन लोगों की टिकट कटी है उन सांसदों का? लेकिन जब आप अपने सिटिंग MPs को बदलते हो तो उसका भी आपको हिसाब किताब देना चाहिए। क्या वो नाकारा थे कि आप उनको वापस नहीं दोहराना चाहते थे? आपको लगता था कि आपके नाम के बावजूद वो नहीं जीत पाएंगे? तो नरेंद्र मोदी के नाम का जो तथाकथित जादू है, शायद वो इन सीटों पर नहीं चल रहा।
ये बनारस पूरी तरीके से कांग्रेस के मिजाज का जो है शहर रहा है। बनारसी पान पर कोई टैक्स नहीं लगता था, बनारसी साड़ी पर कोई टैक्स नहीं लगता था। मोदी जी के समय आप सांसद हैं, देश के प्रधानमंत्री हैं, पान वाले पे भी टैक्स लग रहा है, साड़ियों पर भी टैक्स लग रहा है। पहले बनारसी साड़ी पर टैक्स नहीं था, बनारस की साड़ी महंगी हो गई, सब कुछ आज महंगी होती जा रही है। मतलब सब चीज आपके आने से सब चीजें बर्बाद होती जा रही हैं, काशी की जो परंपराएं ध्वस्त होती जा रही हैं।
Of course, the Congress party also reacting, saying that some of the names retained doesn't help. Even for Varanasi, Ajay Rai saying that there has been so much inflation that has been reported from Varanasi. It wasn't there earlier as well. So clearly, as you can see, political showdown now escalating, and it is in many ways the poll bugle that has been sounded for 2024 Lok Sabha elections. We are looking at the candidates who've been announced, some of the names that have been announced as well. So whether it's Rajnath Singh, Home Minister Amit Shah or Minister Smriti Irani, some of these names have been announced again, while there have been like Bansuri Swaraj, Kaushal or Anil Antony, who are the fresh faces who've been given an opportunity. The Bharatiya Janata Party releasing the first list, 194 candidates already of the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. The list includes 34 ministers, 2 former chief ministers, giving preference to also SC, ST and OBC candidates in this list. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi's name, of course, was on top to contest from the current constituency Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. Home Minister Amit Shah to fight from Gandhinagar in Gujarat. Rajnath Singh, the Defence Minister, to contest from Lucknow, the name that has been repeated. So has Minister Smriti Irani to fight again from Amethi in Uttar Pradesh. Just remember, only the few names. There have been, while many strong names that have been retained, but there have been big faces that have been dropped too, while fresh faces have been announced from other states as well. Listen in to the first reactions that have come in. And before that, I want to go across to our reporters as well. Paulomi Saha from the BJP headquarters, Abhishek Mishra from Uttar Pradesh, and all our other colleagues joining me. First to you, Abhishek, because Uttar Pradesh is where, among other states, most of the names that have been retained, from Rajnath Singh to Smriti Irani to Ajay Mishra Teni to Hema Malini. Tell me this about what do you think is the factor that the BJP has decided for Uttar Pradesh, unlike other states, that they will want to retain the old faces, the old guard that has held strong in the state, specifically even in Muzaffarnagar, for example?
Well, absolutely, Pooja. There are two major factors behind the repeat of most of these Member of Parliament, 46 to be precise. One reason is that Prime Minister Modi is again in the fray from Varanasi, and other 46 these MPs are also been have performed well in terms of the getting the hold on the ground. There has been an access assessment of every Member of Parliament in Uttar Pradesh and other states as well. That internal survey, the report from the grounds, and also the feedback from the So that all includes, and we have also witnessed one thing, that the BJP has not taken any kind of risk in Uttar Pradesh. They're targeting 80 seats in UP, 5 to be given to the alliance partners, and 75 is what we expect they will fight on. So that is why, to get that number, it is very much important in terms of the percentage. And that's why BJP, who is pushing this time to get 50 plus vote share once again in Uttar Pradesh, has again shown confidence in these MPs. Yes, 4 new faces, as I told you, that this time they have given chances on, and that is because of the combination and 1 reserve seat, 1 candidate who have come from the BSP. So that is why there are changes. But the major changes will be in the upcoming list, because 29 names yet to be declared from Uttar Pradesh, and those include very important states from Meerut to Allahabad to Kanpur and other seats as well. So there we can expect big changes, but in this list, UP has been the safest for all these MPs who were, desperately waiting for these names to be confirmed. And yet again, because it's a big state, and the BJP
Sanjeev Balyan from Muzaffarnagar, Kawantawar from Amroha, from Gautam Budh Nagar, Dr. Mahesh Sharma, Mathura, celebrity Hema Malini, Ajay Mishra Teni as well from Lucknow, Rajnath Singh, Amethi Smriti Irani. So a lot of names that have found a mention again, like Abhishek is telling us. Paulomi, I want to come to you now. We've been talking about the names that have been retained. Let's talk about the names that have been dropped. And Aishwarya Paliwal also continues to be with us. Paulomi, tell us about the names, and we'll put those names on the screen now. The big names that have been dropped. Meenakshi Lekhi from Delhi, for example. Take us through the other names also, Paulomi, that are coming in.
Well, that definitely are the 4 seats as far as Delhi are concerned. Delhi is concerned. 5 seats for which candidates were declared in that first list. Out of that, 4 have been dropped. That includes, of course, as you said, Meenakshi Lekhi from New Delhi. Then there is Dr. Harshvardhan from Chandni Chowk. There is Parvesh Sahib Singh Verma from West Delhi. And then, of course, Ramesh Biduri from South Delhi. So these are, of course, the 4 sitting MPs that have been changed, and different candidates have been brought out in to contest the 2024 elections. And as we already know, Gautam Gambhir has bowed out of the race as well. So when, of course, his constituency is announced for as well, you will see changes there as well. So yes, a lot of changes there. In Uttar Pradesh, as Abhishek was pointing out, not many changes. But this is all, like I said, it's all performance-based. It's about the feedback that they're receiving from the ground.
Can I also quickly ask you about, which I'm very curious, and if I'm correct, Ramesh Biduri and Sadhvi Pragya, do you think it's also about the controversies around them? One of the reasons that those two leaders have been dropped?
Well, absolutely. That has to be a factor as well. But yes, it is also going to be about the performance as well. The BJP will not harp much about that one comment that Pragya Singh Thakur may have made, though, of course, you rarely have the Prime Minister coming on record and reprimanding someone, for the kind of comments they've made, controversial comments that they've made. So it was a very strong statement that was indicative of how the Prime Minister felt about it. So it would have been a complete surprise if Pragya Thakur, in fact, was given a ticket again from Bhopal, because it would then seem that, the Prime Minister didn't mean what he'd said in that instance. So obviously, it must have, bore in heavily as far as, Pragya Thakur's candidature was concerned. But it also boils down, Pooja, to the performance on the ground as well. Yes, Ramesh Biduri again quoted controversy last year when he, of course, made that hate-filled comment against Danish Ali on the floor of the House, for which, of course, he was reprimanded again heavily by the party president, and, he had to issue an apology as well. It didn't go down very well with the party, and so it may have been a factor as well. But yes, it plays as one factor, but not the factor alone.
One of those, to not make communal comments of any kind with regard to if the names are being sufficient. But of course, there are other factors as well, as Paulomi telling us. Aishwarya, so a quick word from you. Names have been dropped, but fresh faces like Anil Antony, who was from the Congress party and from the Congress family, getting a ticket from Kerala. So have been Basuri Swaraj. So there have been fresh faces, and to give them a chance for Lok Sabha elections is a big opportunity for them.
Well, definitely, very, very big, for them to make a name. But also, we have seen how Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Pooja, if you remember, over the last couple of days, has been clarifying that they want young people to come in. And he also said that when we speak about politics that runs in the family, we mean that the parties which are just, circling around one particular family. We don't want that. But yes, if you have parents who have been in, if you are kids of parents who have been leaders, then definitely, if you have the potential and you want to do something for the nation as a whole, then definitely we will give you a chance, and that's exactly what's reflecting, Pooja, in the first list also.
Very interesting. Aishwarya Paliwal, Abhishek Mishra, Paulomi Saha telling us not only, of course, about the names announced, but what could be the strategy and the perspective behind some of those names that have been announced and some of those names that have been dropped as well. Remember, at this point, while there has been north, south, east, west, 194 names, is it also, like our panelists have been suggesting, a certain mind game, a certain strategy that has been set up as well? And Paulomi, I come to you for that, because when you do deliberations, and with Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah's busy schedules to do these midnight meetings, you've been talking about these report cards as well, and it wouldn't be easy to drop a name and ensure there's no rebellion like we have seen in other parties.
Well, as far as the BJP is concerned, the BJP, of course, as you know, the Prime Minister's word is going to be final as far as candidatures are concerned. There has been rebellion in the past. It's not that, nobody comes out and vocally expresses their displeasure. There have been individual candidates whose supporters and party workers have expressed their displeasure if, they're sitting, member of the Legislative Assembly or Parliament has been dropped. In West Bengal, when I was covering the 2021 Assembly elections, I saw a huge ruckus right outside the BJP office, unlike the kind of, very open protests that you see against the party leadership there over, the naming of certain candidates for the Assembly elections at that point of time. So there are state units that are very vocal, but in this particular case, the party is very clear that we're looking at performance, we're looking at winnability as well. If it's a factor that, that a candidate candidate continues to be extremely popular, while there might be certain doubts about their performance on the ground, but they continue to be popular. They are celebrities, they attract voters. It could still be a factor that they are looking at winnability at the end of the day.
So will there be, follow me, 400 ke paar is bar for Modi Sarkar.
Hema Malini, for instance.
Yes, that's been the slogan this time, the motto to cross 400, not just of course as BJP but as the NDA alliance. Remember, as our colleagues have been suggesting, that the allying partners also have to announce their seats very soon. So of course more lists are likely to come, and we'll be watching out for that as well. Aishwarya Paliwal, Poulomi Saha and Abhishek Mishra with all the latest from different states. Bharatiya Janata Party declares war for 2024 Lok Sabha elections. In just a short while, we're expecting the big Bharatiya Janata Party briefing to begin shortly. And we can tell you from our sources on the ground with the BJP that it is going to be the first list of the Lok Sabha candidates of 2024 that the Bharatiya Janata Party is set to announce in just a short while. It's going to be very interesting. What are the names and how many names will make it to the first list? I want to immediately bring in Poulomi Saha, who's at the BJP headquarters in Delhi, and also Aishwarya Paliwal from that location. Poulomi, first to you, because amid the deliberations that have gone on even through midnight with the top BJP leadership, the elections are likely to take place after April, May, and then already announcing the names. What do you think is the strategy here? What are we expecting this evening?
Well, Pooja, this is not the first time that the BJP is announcing its first list of candidates, at least ahead of the election schedule being announced. They did so during the assembly elections last year, towards the end of last year, of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. At that time, it was a breakaway from tradition. Many BJP veterans that I spoke to at that point of time couldn't remember the last time they'd done it, that they'd announced a list of candidates even before the election schedule had been announced. But the strategy of the party was, at that point of time, one, because they were going to pit a lot of fresh faces on the ground. They wanted to give them enough time in order to campaign before the model code of conduct took effect on the ground. So you hit the ground running, and basically you had decided it was not about seeing who the opponent is pitting from that particular seat, but it was about solidifying your own ground. So again, the focus then was on weak seats. The focus now will be on weak seats as well. Seats that the BJP has lost in the past election of 2019 and seats that they won by a very thin majority. The victory margin was very, very small. They barely scraped through as far as that election was concerned. So those are the seats that the BJP will be focusing on when it releases its first list of candidates today. Of course, the high-profile names will be top of that list, as is tradition. It starts with Narendra Modi and his constituency, but then on, it will, of course, focus on, after some of those high-profile candidates, it will focus on the weaker seats as far as the BJP is concerned, Pooja.
Very interesting. So the first list likely to be announced in just the next few minutes. And remember, as Poulomi is also telling us, that it is likely that the big names are likely to be announced first, which is Prime Minister Modi or Home Minister Amit Shah, or the party chief and more. But and Aishwarya, I'll take that question to you. Many are wondering, because with Gautam Gambhir and Jayant Sinha saying we need to bow out, relieve us from the political duties, there are other commitments to make. Could there be surprise names of celebrities that could also possibly be mentioned? Of course, that remains to be seen what the list will announce. But isn't it interesting that while the India bloc is struggling with the seat sharing, BJP says, here's our first list already?
Well, definitely, Pooja, and we have seen that it's not now, but let me remind you that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, 400 days before the elections, actually last year, spoke about the fact that we have only 400 days left. So that's the kind of backtracking, that the BJP was following. That's the kind of plan that they had in motion. So definitely, they are all set, and they, what they believe that they can do, Pooja, is not just 370, but in fact plus. That is what BJP at the moment is looking at, and 400 plus is the target that they have said. So definitely we will see close to 100 to 120 names coming out today, and we will also see BJP especially focusing on those seats which traditionally have been weaker seats for BJP. So all those things together will be something that, Pooja, we'll see in today's list coming out, and yes, we should be expecting some surprise name coming up in first list today.
That's an interesting point. So 543 Lok Sabha seats are expected, out of which 100 possibly could be announced according to our sources on the ground. Poulomi, the question that I asked to Aishwarya also earlier, like like you said, that expected big names will be mentioned, also seats where they lost or where the states they are trying to perform better, for example, the southern states. But according to your sources, Paulomi, are we expecting the names of any celebrities? Quite a few have been doing the rounds. Anything on that? Do you think there will be surprise names of younger ones from the cadre that could be mentioned?
Well, Pooja, basically the factor that the BJP has focused on, that the BJP is focusing on as it finalizes its candidates for the Lok Sabha elections is winnability. So even if it is a member of parliament, a sitting member of parliament, if you have performed well, if your constituents are happy with you, the feedback from the ground is they want to see you back in parliament as their representative, as their public representative, then the BJP will repeat you. There are no qualms as such. But yes, the BJP is being very brutal and aggressive in terms of selection of those candidates, because this is something that the Prime Minister has been warning all members of Parliament from the Bharatiya Janata Party time and again over the past 5 years, that your performance will be reviewed. Go back to your constituencies, take the central schemes to the ground. There are various kinds of feedback mechanisms that the BJP has employed, from the Namo app where you and I can go and put in our, feedback on a constituency where we come from and how we believe that member of parliament from that constituency has performed or not, jobs getting done in the constituency or not, to surveyors being sent on behalf of the party who are, of course, doing the rounds. This has been happening for the past 2 years. Union ministers have been sent out across these various constituencies, Lok Sabha constituencies, particularly the ones where the BJP is weak at. They've had overnight stays. They've stayed for 3 days, 4 days at a stretch in order to gather feedback as to what it is that the BJP did wrong in 2019, what could it do now in 2024. So a feedback mechanism has been in place. They've gathered all of that feedback from various kinds of surveys, reports, feedback from the people directly from their own booth level workers as well. All of these reports have been collected, on the basis of which performance review of the sitting MPs have been done, basis which they've decided on their candidates. So if it means a sitting MP hasn't performed, that sitting MP could be a 2-time MP, a 3-time MP, but if they've not performed, the feedback is poor, then clearly they will be ousted.
That's very interesting. So there's literally a grand survey internally that has happened way before time to really find out what the ground sentiment is and try and put and announce candidates accordingly. That's why you could see some getting another opportunity and some maybe asked to bow out for now. Stay on with me, because our team of reporters in other states as well. Brijesh Doshi joining me from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So is Abhishek Mishra. Brijesh, let me come to you first. Now, Gujarat is one of the states which is not only a home state, so to say, for Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah, but it's also one of the states that BJP has been strong in fairly in the past few years. But focus will remain Gujarat so that winnability does not go away. What are we expecting? Any names that comes to your mind that you would think will be mentioned in the first list?
See, as far as Gujarat is concerned, there will be 2 big names which are expected to be announced today. One name is definitely from the Gandhinagar Lok Sabha constituency, the Central Home Minister Amit Shah. The name will be there in the first list as expected. So after PM Narendra Modi, the second name must be of Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who will be contesting from the Gandhinagar Lok Sabha seat again. He first fought the election in 2019, and now this is the second term that he will get from this constituency. As far as all the karyakartas of BJP have been told that they are they have started the work in the constituency as well right now before the name has been announced. So this kind of preparation has been done for this constituency from the day itself when this Karyalaya was opened by JP Nadda a few weeks back. So this kind of preparation have been done here in Gandhinagar. The second big name, the BJP chief, the Gujarat chief, C.R. Patil, who is contesting from Navsari. So this is the name is expected that should be in the first list itself. Because he is the 3-time MP as well as he is currently the Gujarat BJP chief as well. So these two big names, or the 2 VIP seats, Gandhinagar and Navsari. must be done in the first list, that all Karyakartas and all the media is expecting in the first
Very
list.
interesting.
The third name might be the Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia. Those seat is not confirmed yet because he was earlier presenting from the Rajya Sabha, but as his term is going to be end in the April, and JP Nadda is replacing Mansukh Mandavia in the Rajya Sabha. So now everyone is expecting that Mansukh Mandavia will be contesting the Lok Sabha seats. From which seat he will be fight the election, that must be interesting, whether it will be Bhavnagar, Porbandar or Amreli. These three seats are the people are eyeing that Mansukh Mandavia will be fighting the election from
Mansukh Mandavia or Dr. S. Jaishankar, members of parliament from the Rajya Sabha, could they find a name in the Lok Sabha first list? Interesting names for Gujarat. Abhishek, I come to you now. Uttar Pradesh, one of the most significant states, almost 80 parliamentary constituencies. There will be Lucknow, there will be Amethi, there will of course be Varanasi. Do you think Varanasi will likely make a mention today and Amethi later?
Well, absolutely, Pooja. And today it is expected that the first seat, that is Prime Minister Modi's seat of Varanasi, will be announced today. There is also a confirmation about Lucknow. Rajnath Singh is all set to once again to be fielded from this capital. So that is also, we are getting to know that will have show shot in this list. Now, also very important is Smriti Irani is again going to be repeating the Amethi seat. She has been very active. Recently only she made our newly built home there as well. So that is the third seat, which is also, you know, in a way is confirmed. Other than that, there are also several seats. We are expecting Agra, SP Singh Baghel to repeat that seat. We are also expecting at the same time a seat of Bandayu, and there are including Mohanlal Ganj, which is of Lucknow. So yes, several seats are there, but what important it is that the BJP one by one will be releasing this list, and Uttar Pradesh having an advantage because in the last two elections, 2014 and 2019, BJP has been able to get a maximum number of seats. Yes, in terms of numbers, 14 was more beneficial, but the vote share and this time how they have strategized, it is very important that the party gets that hold.
Uttar Pradesh will be very crucial because remember, for example, Smriti Irani directly throwing the challenge to Rahul Gandhi that you don't take Wayanad this time. If you're so sure of Congress returning to Amethi, the Gandhi sign should then contest from one seat as well. I request all my colleagues to please stay on. Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh or any other state, including the southern states, will be the focus. Which states find a mention in the first list? I want to now bring into this telecast Sanjay Singh. He's the consulting editor with INS. Also Rashid Kidwai, author and political commentator, regular face on India Today. Appreciate both you gentlemen for joining us. Rashid Kidwai, I want to come to here because I find it very interesting that 2nd March, Bharatiya Janata Party says our first list is ready for Lok Sabha. Remains to be seen how many names. Many are speculating about 100. Do you think it's also a messaging that we are a disciplined party, unlike, let's say, the India bloc, which is still struggling to announce its seat-sharing alliances?
Yeah, I think, Akshita, you see, the BJP is trying to display its confidence and the total control over all aspects of electioneering. It wants to win that race and fast. It is basically conveying that, 2024 election is a done deal. Level of preparedness is very high. Selection of candidate is very smooth. Remember, in contrast, the India alliance is struggling for seat sharing, etc. Then finding right, candidate is going to be very chaotic and problematic. So basically, it's a perception game. What they say in Hindi, a mahal is sought to be created that it's a no contest election, and therefore I think the BJP, which is very comfortably placed to win a simple majority of 272, mind you, that is what matters, that figure, magic figure of 272. Correct. But the BJP wants to take it to another level and give it to Mr. Modi, that it crossed 300, it improved 2019 figure, and perhaps what they are saying about 370 and all. Of course, I find that very far-fetched. But the whole idea behind this thing, electioning, is a mind game. It is basically wants to score a psychological victory and a psychological blow to its political opponents.
Very interesting point made. Mahal bana rahe hai BJP. It is a mind game to say that, it's March and we are ready at least with the first 100 names out of 500. Stay on with me, Rashid Kidwai. Sanjay Singh, I want to ask you here because, with the survey that the BJP appears to have done, as my colleague Paulomi Saha is also telling us, that there is this understanding of the ground and where they think that the MP may not perform. they may not get a chance. And don't you think it's too coincidental that Jayant Sinha and Gautam Gambhir, before that list is announced, says, relieve us of our duties politically. We will want to focus on cricket duties or the climate change aspect.
Yeah, that's a very interesting situation which happened today. I would say honorable exit for both of them,
yes,
and a pre-decided thing. But fact remains, in case of Jayant Sinha, when he entered politics, he was looked as somebody who was bright, somebody well-educated, and also had a good kind of understanding of politics, and had that particular hunger to do well in politics. Initially, he was appointed, if you remember, MOS Home.
Yes.
MOS Finance. When Arun Jaitley was Finance Minister. Subsequently moved to Civil Aviation. But it's a bizarre case. When his father's ambition, Yashwant Sinha's ambition, actually brought down his own son. Generally, it happens.
Possibly, yes. Many would like to say his comments, yes.
Yes, generally fathers promote son and take him to a different direction, particularly in politics. Here it was just a reverse case, and one would feel sorry for Yashwant Sinha, his son, Jayant Sinha. Yeah. Jayant Sinha was a good parliamentarian, was a good administrator, and had kind of that kind of education. You want people like Jayant Sinha in politics. Gautam Gambhir was another case. He, an ace cricketer, very popular face on television, very popular face to reconnect with people. And he had also done some good work in his Delhi constituency, parliamentary constituency. He kind of started his lunch schemes for 1 rupee or 10 rupees, something like that. And quality food he was serving also did good for sporting activity in or
maybe Sanjay Singh, can we also say that you never know with BJP, maybe there are some more fresh opportunities both for Gautam Gambhir and Jayant Sinha, maybe in climate change and cricket, for who knows, what the future holds. So it could be interesting days ahead as well. In just a short while, to the viewer who's tuning into our telecast, in the next few minutes, the Bharatiya Janata Party set to announce, as we are informed by our sources on the ground, the first list of the Lok Sabha. It's 2nd March, remember. Election Commission has not yet announced the schedule, and yet the BJP says at least about 100 names possibly will be ready. Paulomi, I'll come back to you now. What is happening there at the headquarters? 6 p.m. we are told, it's about 6:15. Any reason for delay? Who are expected to address the press conference? And at this point, do you think that they'll want to begin with perhaps the expected big names initially?
That's right. Pooja, we are expecting that press conference to begin shortly. Top leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, are expected to address that press conference. And yes, as has been the tradition in the past as well, the list is always started with the first name, which is Narendra Modi. And that's how it goes as far as the first candidate list of the BJP is concerned. So this is quite literally BJP blowing the poll bugle, right? Aside from, of course, on the campaign field, which the Prime Minister has been on quite already, even before, of course, the general election schedule has been announced. He, in fact, very interestingly, Pooja, if you look at his, tour plan, over the last, few weeks, since, of course, the Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya on January 22nd, he has been touring states where the BJP is not set to be at its strongest, be it the southern states of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala. Speak about Bengal now, Jharkhand as well, Bihar as well, but they want to, of course, improve their tally now that the NDA Gadbandhan is back on track. This is going to be the focus. Okay, so we're expecting, there's been a lot of, anticipation is everyone looking towards the door as to waiting for the BJP leaders to arrive over here shortly.
I see
to
some
announce
activity behind you, Paulomi.
Candidate
what
list,
is happening?
Yes, in the last election, we're expecting in a short while from now, in fact, the BJP press conference to begin. So they're all set, they're all mic'd up and all ready to announce that candidate list. In fact, in the first candidate list, which in fact arrived around the 3rd week of March in 2019, there were 184 candidates that were announced. And I still remember, the entire list being read out, and it was a really long list, but it was read out in its entirety. So we're expecting that, those names will be announced today as well. Even if it's over 100, expect all 100 names to be announced. Nobody will be left out after, say, the first 50 names, saying, the rest of the list will be with you in a short while from now. Expect all names to be announced. But, like we've been saying, top candidates, most prominent faces of the party, and their seats will be announced first. So we're expecting Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh to be, of course, top of that list as well. Of course, the BJP. Okay, Vinod Tawde, Jay Panda, who's in charge of Uttar Pradesh, they are going to be announcing that list. They're here. Pooja Vinod Tawde, General Secretary of the party, Jay Panda, in charge Uttar Pradesh, Vice President BJP.
All right, so on your screens, the BJP set to begin announcing the first list. Who will be in and who will be out? Let's dip in now to Jay and Vinod Tawde speaking.
सभी लोगों से मेरा आग्रह है, कृपया अपना स्थान ले लें। शुरू करें। आप सभी पत्रकार साथियों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है, बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है आज के लिए। आप सभी की जानकारी में है कि 29
headquarters with the suspense that's about to break, at least for the first list, as Jay Panda and also Vinod Tawde, who's the BJP General Secretary, are set to make that announcement.
कि 29 फरवरी को यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के गरिमामयी उपस्थिति में और आदरणीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी जेपी नड्डा जी की अध्यक्षता में केंद्रीय चुनाव समिति की बैठक का आयोजन किया गया था। बैठक में हुए निर्णयों के बारे में आपको अवगत कराने के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी के हमारे राष्ट्रीय महासचिव विनोद तावड़े जी हम लोगों के मध्य हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय उपाध्यक्ष आदरणीय बैजयंत पांडा जी हम लोगों के मध्य हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के हमारे मीडिया सेल के को कन्वीनर संजय जी हम लोगों के मध्य हैं। मैं सबसे पहले आदरणीय विनोद तावड़े जी से आग्रह करूंगा कि मीडिया के साथियों को संबोधित करें।
नमस्कार। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय उपाध्यक्ष आदरणीय पंडा जी, मीडिया के प्रमुख आदरणीय अनिल बलूनी जी, संजय मयूर जी और उपस्थित पत्रकार भाई और बहनों, पिछले एक दशक से निरंतरता के साथ विकास के प्रति समर्पित यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में सरकार ने सेवा, सुशासन और गरीब कल्याण तथा सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास, इस मंत्र के साथ एक सेवा की अद्भुत मिसाल देश में ही नहीं अपितु विश्व पटल पर प्रस्तुत किया है। अनेक जनहित के निर्णय पिछले 10 साल में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हुए। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने आग्रह से कहा कि इस बार भाजपा 370 और एनडीए 400 पार का संकल्प लेकर देशवासियों के सामने जाए। पिछले कुछ दिनों में हमने लक्ष्य ये रखा है कि भौगोलिक क्षेत्र भी बढ़े, प्रदेशों में भी हम बढ़े, साथ ही एनडीए का भी विस्तार करने का प्रयास पिछले कुछ दिनों में हमने किया है। जनता जनार्दन के आशीर्वाद से लगातार तीसरी बार पिछले 2 लोकसभा चुनाव से भी अधिक प्रचंड बहुमत केंद्र में पुनः माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में जन जन की आशा एवं आकांक्षाएं पूरा करने वाली सरकार बनेगी, यह हमें विश्वास है। और यह हमें ही नहीं, देशवासियों के मन में भी है, और इसलिए वो सब के मन से आवाज आ रही है, फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार। पिछले कुछ दिनों में लोकसभा क्षेत्र में प्रदेशों में रायशुमारी होने के बाद काफी चर्चा जो हुई, उसके बाद प्रदेश चुनाव समिति के द्वारा विचार करते हुए हर लोकसभा क्षेत्र के लिए कुछ प्रदेशों के पहले फेज में नाम केंद्र की ओर आए। आदरणीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी के साथ प्रदेश की चुनाव समिति ने और चर्चा उसमें की, और अंतिम 29 फरवरी को केंद्रीय चुनाव समिति जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री और माननीय अध्यक्ष जी की उपस्थिति में हुई, उसमें 16 राज्य और 2 केंद्र शासित प्रदेश में से 195 सीट्स का निर्णय हुआ। उसमें माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी वाराणसी से चुनाव लड़ेंगे। 34 केंद्रीय मंत्री एवं राज्य मंत्री, इनके नाम इस सूची में 195 में है। एक लोकसभा अध्यक्ष जी का नाम भी है, और 2 पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री। ऐसे 195 में उम्मीदवारों के नाम हैं। उसमें 28 हमारी मातृशक्ति है, 50 से कम उम्र वाले 47 युवा उम्मीदवार, 47 फीमेल 28, मातृशक्ति 28, यूथ 47, अनुसूचित जाति शेड्यूल कास्ट 27, शेड्यूल ट्राइब अनुसूचित जनजाति 18, पिछड़ा वर्ग ओबीसी 57। ऐसे सभी वर्गों को, सभी समाज को, सभी जातियों को प्रतिनिधित्व इस पहले लिस्ट में दिया है। इसमें जो प्रदेश के बारे में विचार हुआ, उसकी सूची आज है। बाकी प्रदेशों की चर्चा दोबारा जब होगी तो उसके बाद वो देंगे, जिसमें उत्तर प्रदेश से 51 सीटों की आज घोषणा करेंगे। पश्चिम बंगाल 20 सीट्स की आज घोषणा करेंगे। मध्य प्रदेश 24 सीट्स की आज घोषणा करेंगे। गुजरात 15 सीटों की अभी हम घोषणा करेंगे। राजस्थान 15 सीटों की आज घोषणा करेंगे। केरल 12 सीटों की आज घोषणा करेंगे। तेलंगाना 9 सीट्स 9 की घोषणा करेंगे। असम 14 में से 11 की घोषणा करेंगे। झारखंड 11 11 की घोषणा करेंगे। छत्तीसगढ़ 11 उसकी घोषणा होगी। दिल्ली 5 की घोषणा होगी, 5। जम्मू कश्मीर 2, उत्तराखंड 3, अरुणाचल प्रदेश 2, गोवा 1, त्रिपुरा 1, अंडमान निकोबार 1, दमन एंड दीव 1। ऐसे 195 सीटों की अभी हम घोषणा कर रहे हैं। मैं धीरे धीरे नाम पढ़ता हूं। चुनाव आयोग की प्रेस की आदत होनी चाहिए, इसलिए दिखाऊंगा। वाराणसी से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी नरेंद्र मोदी जी, अंडमान निकोबार विष्णु पड़ा रे, अरुणाचल प्रदेश किरण रिजिजू, अरुणाचल वेस्ट, अरुणाचल ईस्ट तापिर गांव, असम करीमगंज अनुसूचित जाति सीट से कृपानाथ मल्ला, सिलचर परिमल शुक्ला वैद्य, ऑटोनोमस जिला शेड्यूल ट्राइब अमर सिंह तिस्सो, गुवाहाटी बिजुली कलिता मेधी, मंगलदोई दिलीप सैकिया, तेजपुर रंजीत दत्ता, नौगांव सुरेश बोरा, कलियाबोर कामाख्य प्रसाद तासा, जोरहाट तोपन कुमार गोगाई, डिब्रूगढ़ सर्वानंद सोनोवाल, लखीमपुर प्रधान बरुआ, ऐसे असम के 11। अब छत्तीसगढ़, सरगुजा शेड्यूल ट्राइब सीट चिंतामणि महाराज, रायगढ़ शेड्यूल ट्राइब राधेश्याम राठिया, जांगीर चंपा अनुसूचित जाति कमलेश जांगड़े, कोरबा सरोज पांडे, बिलासपुर तोखन साहू, राजनांदगांव संतोष पांडे, दुर्ग विजय बघेल, रायपुर ब्रिजमोहन अग्रवाल, महासमुंद रूप कुमारी चौधरी, बस्तर शेड्यूल ट्राइब महेश कश्यप, कांकेर शेड्यूल ट्राइब भोजराज नाग, ऐसे 11 सीटें, 11 सीट्स फ्रॉम छत्तीसगढ़। दादरा नगर हवेली श्री लालूभाई पटेल, दिल्ली चांदनी चौक प्रवीण खंडेलवाल, नॉर्थ ईस्ट उत्तर पूर्वी दिल्ली मनोज तिवारी, नई दिल्ली सुश्री बांसुरी स्वराज, पश्चिमी दिल्ली वेस्ट दिल्ली श्रीमती कमलजीत सहरावत, दक्षिण दिल्ली रामवीर सिंह बिदुड़ी, 5 दिल्ली में, गोवा नॉर्थ गोवा श्रीपाद नाइक 1 सीट, गुजरात कच्छ विनोद भाई लखमाशी चावड़ा शेड्यूल कास्ट सीट है, अनुसूचित जाति आरक्षित, बनासकांठा श्रीमती डॉक्टर रेखाबेन हितेश भाई चौधरी, पाटन भरत सिंह जी दाभी, गांधीनगर माननीय अमित शाह जी, अहमदाबाद पश्चिम अनुसूचित जाति आरक्षित दिनेश भाई मकवाना, दिनेश भाई कोडरभाई मकवाना, राजकोट पुरुषोत्तम भाई रूपाला, पोरबंदर मनसुख भाई मंडाविया, जामनगर पूनम बेन माडम, आनंद मितेश भाई रमेश भाई पटेल, खेड़ा देव सिंह चौहान, पंचमहल राजपाल सिंह महेंद्र सिंह जाधव, दाहोद जसवंत सिंह भाभोर, भरूच मनसुख भाई वसावा, बारडोली प्रभुभाई नागरभाई वसावा और नवसारी श्री सीआर पाटिल। ऐसे 15 सीटें, 15 फ्रॉम गुजरात। जम्मू कश्मीर उधमपुर से डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह और जम्मू से जुगल किशोर शर्मा। झारखंड राजमहल से श्री ताला मरांडी, दुमका शेड्यूल ट्राइब, राजमहल भी शेड्यूल ट्राइब रिजर्व है, दुमका सुनील सोरेन, गोड्डा श्री निशिकांत दुबे, कोडरमा श्रीमती अन्नपूर्णा देवी, रांची संजय सेठ, जमशेदपुर विद्युत बरण महतो, सिंहभूम अनुसूचित जनजाति आरक्षित श्रीमती गीता कोड़ा, कुंटी अनुसूचित जनजाति आरक्षित श्रीमान अर्जुन मुंडा, लोहरदगा अनुसूचित जनजाति समीर उरांव, पलामू शेड्यूल कास्ट विष्णुदयाल राम, हजारीबाग मनीष जायसवाल। ऐसे झारखंड में 11। अब दक्षिण की ओर जाएंगे। केरल कासरगोड श्रीमती एम.एल. अश्विनी, कन्नूर श्री सी रघुनाथ, वडकरा श्री प्रफुल्ल कृष्ण, कोझिकोडे श्री एम.टी. रमेश, मल्लापुरम डॉक्टर अब्दुल सलाम, पोन्नानी श्रीमती निवेदिता सुब्रमण्यम, पलक्कड़ श्री सी कृष्ण कुमार, त्रिशूर श्री सुरेश गोपी, अल्पुजा श्रीमती शोभा सुरेंद्रन, पत्तन मतिट्टा श्री अनिल एंटनी, अटिंगल श्री वी मुरलीधरन जी, तिरुवनंतपुरम श्री राजीव चंद्रशेखर। 12 seats out of 20. Out of मध्य प्रदेश, मुरैना शिवमंगल सिंह तोमर, भिंड अनुसूचित जाति आरक्षित श्रीमती संध्या राय, ग्वालियर भारत सिंह कुशवाहा, गुना ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया, सागर श्रीमती लता वानखेड़े, टीकमगढ़ अनुसूचित जाति आरक्षित वीरेंद्र खाटी, दमोह राहुल लोधी, खजुराहो श्री वीडी शर्मा, सतना श्री गणेश सिंह, रीवा जनार्दन मिश्र, सीधी डॉक्टर राजेश मिश्रा, शहडोल श्रीमती हिमाद्री सिंह, जबलपुर श्री आशीष दुबे, मंडला अनुसूचित जनजाति फग्गन सिंह कुलस्ते, होशंगाबाद दर्शन सिंह चौधरी, विदिशा शिवराज सिंह चौहान, भोपाल आलोक शर्मा, राजगढ़ रोडमल नागर, देवास शेड्यूल कास्ट आरक्षित महेंद्र सिंह सोलंकी, मंदसौर सुधीर गुप्ता, रतलाम श्रीमती अनीता नागर सिंह चौहान, खरगोन श्री गजेंद्र पटेल, खंडवा श्री ज्ञानेश्वर पाटिल, बैतूल दुर्गादास उइके, राजस्थान बीकानेर अनुसूचित जाति आरक्षित अर्जुन राम मेघवाल, चूरू देवेंद्र धाजरिया, सीकर स्वामी सुमेधानंद सरस्वती, अलवर भूपेंद्र यादव, भरतपुर अनुसूचित जाति आरक्षित रामस्वरूप कोली, नागौर श्रीमती ज्योति मिर्दा, पाली श्री पी चौधरी, जोधपुर गजेंद्र सिंह शेखावत, बाड़मेर कैलाश चौधरी, जालोर लुम्बाराम चौधरी, उदयपुर शेड्यूल ट्राइब आरक्षित मन्नालाल रावत, बांसवाड़ा शेड्यूल ट्राइब आरक्षित महेंद्र मालवीय, चित्तौड़गढ़ सीपी जोशी, कोटा श्री ओम बिरला, झालवाड़ा बारान दुष्यंत सिंह, झालावाड़ बारान दुष्यंत सिंह। तेलंगाना करीमनगर श्री बंडी संजय कुमार, निजामाबाद अरविंद धर्मापुरी, जहीराबाद बीबी पाटिल, मलकजगिरी इटेला राजेंदर, सिकंदराबाद श्री जी किशन रेड्डी, हैदराबाद श्रीमती डॉक्टर माधवी लता, चेलवेल्ला कोंडा विश्वेश्वर रेड्डी जी, नागर कुर्नूल शेड्यूल कास्ट आरक्षित पी भारत, भोंगीर बोरा नरसैया गौड़, त्रिपुरा वेस्ट श्रीमान विप्लव कुमार देव, उत्तराखंड टेरी गढ़वाल श्रीमती माला राज्य लक्ष्मी शाह, अल्मोड़ा श्री अजय टमटा, नैनीताल उधम सिंह नगर श्री अजय भट्ट, उत्तर प्रदेश कैराना श्री प्रदीप कुमार, मुजफ्फरनगर डॉक्टर संजीव कुमार बालियान, नगीना शेड्यूल कास्ट आरक्षित श्री ओम कुमार, रामपुर श्री घनश्याम लोधी, संभल श्री परमेश्वर लाल सैनी, अमरोहा श्री कंवर सिंह तंवर, गौतम बुद्ध नगर डॉक्टर महेश शर्मा, बुलंदशहर डॉक्टर भोला सिंह, मथुरा हेमा मालिनी, आगरा सत्यपाल सिंह बघेल, फतेहपुर सिकरी राजकुमार चाहर, एटा राजवीर सिंह राजू भैया, आंवला धर्मेंद्र कश्यप, शाहजहांपुर अरुण कुमार सागर, खीरी अजय मिश्रा टेनी, धौरहरा श्रीमती रेखा वर्मा, सीतापुर राजेश वर्मा, हरदोई शेड्यूल कास्ट रिजर्व जयप्रकाश रावत, मिश्रिक अशोक कुमार रावत, मिश्रित भी एससी रिजर्व है, उन्नाव साक्षी महाराज, मोहनलालगंज एससी रिजर्व कौशल किशोर, लखनऊ माननीय राजनाथ सिंह जी, अमेठी श्रीमती स्मृति ईरानी, प्रतापगढ़ संगमलाल गुप्ता, फरुखाबाद मुकेश राजपूत, इटावा डॉक्टर रामशंकर कठेरिया, कनौज श्री सुब्रत पाठक, अकबरपुर देवेंद्र सिंह भोले, जालौन अनुसूचित जाति आरक्षित भानु प्रताप सिंह वर्मा, झांसी अनुराग शर्मा, हमीरपुर कुंवर पुष्पेंद्र सिंह चंदेल, बांदा श्री आर.के. सिंह पटेल, फतेहपुर साध्वी निरंजन ज्योति, बाराबांकी एससी रिजर्व उपेंद्र सिंह रावत, फैजाबाद श्री लल्लू सिंह, अंबेडकर नगर श्री रितेश पांडे, श्रावस्ती श्री साकेत मिश्रा, गोंडा श्री कीर्तिवर्धन सिंह उर्फ राजा भैया, दुमरियागंज श्री जगदम्बिका पाल, बस्ती श्री हरीश द्विवेदी, संत कबीर नगर प्रवीण कुमार निषाद, महाराजगंज श्री पंकज चौधरी, गोरखपुर रवि किशन, कुशीनगर श्री विजय कुमार दुबे, पासगांव कमलेश पासवान, लालगंज एससी रिजर्व श्रीमती नीलम सोनकर, आजमगढ़ दिनेशलाल यादव निरहुआ, सलेमपुर श्री रविंद्र कुशवाहा, जौनपुर श्री कृपाशंकर सिंह, चंदौली श्री महेंद्रनाथ पांडे, वेस्ट बंगाल कूच बिहार निशित प्रामाणिक, अलीपुरद्वार शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब मनोज तिग्गा, बेलूरघाट डॉक्टर सुकांता मुजुमदार, मालदा उत्तर खगेन मुर्मू, मालदा दक्षिण श्रीमती श्रीरूपा मित्रा चौधरी, बहरामपुर डॉक्टर निर्मल कुमार साहा, मुर्शिदाबाद गौरी शंकर घोष, रानाघाट एससी रिजर्व जगन्नाथ सरकार, बनगांव एससी रिजर्व श्री शांतनु ठाकुर, जयनगर एससी रिजर्व डॉक्टर अशोक कंडारी, जादवपुर डॉक्टर अनिर्बन गांगुली, हावड़ा डॉक्टर रथीन चक्रवर्ती, हुगली श्रीमती लॉकेट चटर्जी, कांती श्री सौमेंदु अधिकारी, घाटल हिरणमय चट्टोपाध्याय, पुरुलिया ज्योतिर्मय सिंह महतो, बांकुड़ा सुभाष सरकार, बिष्णुपुर सौमित्र खान, आसनसोल पवन सिंह, बोलपुर श्रीमती प्रिया साहा। ऐसे 195 की लिस्ट जिन प्रदेशों का विचार हुआ उसके बारे में जो तय हुआ उसकी जानकारी दी है। आने वाले दिनों में जब बाकी बैठक होगी तब जानकारी दी जाएगी। काफी लेट हुआ है, आपको इन सब के बारे में काफी जानकारी इकट्ठी करनी है, इसलिए धन्यवाद। भारत माता की जय।
Fascinating first list, 195 constituencies that have been announced for the Lok Sabha elections. BJP sounding the poll bugle 2nd March. Election Commission hasn't yet announced the schedule, but BJP says almost 200 candidates out of 543. They are ready to roll. They can now start campaigning. They know if they are in or out. And for those who have, of course, got a repeat, who've been incumbent member of parliament, it's a big relief for them. But interestingly, for the fresh names that have also come in, and we'll continue to bring them to you. But Remember that a lot of them getting a chance, whether it's from national capital Delhi to Madhya Pradesh or to Kerala, and one by one we will be discussing each of those names with our colleagues on the ground, and also to the special panelists who continue to be with us. You're looking on your screen, Parveen Khandelwal, fielded from Chandni Chowk in Delhi. But out of 5 seats that have been announced, Manoj Tiwari, Northeast Delhi MP, who's the incumbent member of parliament, has got a repeat as well. But also, of course, expected names, Prime Minister Narendra Modi from Varanasi and Amit Shah from Gandhinagar in Gujarat, where the Bharatiya Janata Party continues to have a stronghold. But out of the 195 seats that were announced, Rajasthan, Kerala, Telangana, Assam, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, J&K, Uttarakhand, Arunachal Pradesh, Goa, Tripura, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and Daman and Diu. Of course, Jyotiraditya Scindia's name also announced from Guna, while from Gwalior, it is Kushwa's name that has surfaced. Bengal also, where Prime Minister Modi was recently and made sharp attacks at the Mamata Banerjee government. Suvendu Adhikari has got a ticket for the Lok Sabha elections as well. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who was the former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, has now got a Lok Sabha seat to contest from Vidisha. Just to give you a background, he had won the MLA position in recent held assembly elections from Budni. Budni is in the larger Vidisha parliamentary constituency. And Smriti Irani gets a repeat from Amethi, and with more names that are surfacing for Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has got a position again, so has Ravi Kishan from the constituency. Hema Malini to contest again from the constituency of Mathura, while for Noida, which is the Gautam Budh Nagar, is Dr. Mahesh Sharma. Mahesh Sharma, remember, has won from the Gautam Budh Nagar constituency in consecutive times as well, and has been one of the stronger members of parliament for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Muzaffarpur, it is Sanjeev Balyan who has won, and we'll continue to bring you more details. 195. Remember, we were expecting about 100 to 110 names to be announced. 195, close to 200, is a big name. Let me immediately bring in my colleague Paulami Saha for the latest on that. Paulami, that was quite an exhaustive list that was mentioned and interestingly covered all the 4 sides of this country, whether from north to south, east and west. Let's talk about some of the interesting names. Of course, from Varanasi, like you said, will be Prime Minister Modi and Gandhinagar Home Minister Amit Shah. But apart from that, I find it interesting that Kerala, Anil Antony has got a ticket. So that will be a big jump coming in from the Congress party and the family of the Congress now to the BJP. Give us more names, the ones that have been confirmed. Uttar Pradesh, familiar names, Paulami, but there have been surprises as well from other states. Go ahead.
That's right. These are some of the names that we'll go through as far as the list is concerned. Varanasi, of course, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's list name is top of that list as well. Kiran Rijiju from Arunachal West, Arunachal East, Tapir Gao. Again, sitting MPs who've been repeated. But again, some of the surprises that we're talking about possibly, as far as the Delhi seats are concerned. That was a big surprise that was coming in. Remember, 5 out of those names have been announced, and as far as Manoj Tiwari is concerned, he's the only sitting MP who has been retained. Northeast Delhi, Manoj Tiwari to be fielded again. Parveen Khandelwal, he of course is the chairperson of the Confederation of Association of Traders and quite a vocal pro-BJP voice from the ground. He has been fielded from Chandni Chowk in place of Dr. Harshvardhan. And then of course Basuri Swaraj, Sushma Swaraj's daughter,
yes,
who in fact has become an office bearer in the Delhi BJP unit, has been fielded from the New Delhi seat, which was earlier held by Meenakshi Lekhi. West Delhi, Kamaljeet Sherawat has been given a ticket, and as far as South Delhi is concerned, the current leader of opposition in the Delhi Legislative Assembly, Ramveer Singh Biduri, has been given a ticket, and Ramesh Biduri no longer will be fielded by the party as well. North Goa, of course, Shripad Naik, again someone who has been repeated. We're looking at Gandhinagar, Amit Shah, who will be contesting contesting. Interestingly, of course, there is the name of Mansukh Mandavia, who will be contesting from Porbandar, a Rajya Sabha MP, currently a union minister. He will be, in fact, fielded from Porbandar. Remember, we've been reporting that several Rajya Sabha MPs, who are also union ministers, will have to contest the Lok Sabha elections because the BJP wants them to go down to the people and seek their mandate. They have to be with the people as well, popular among the people as well, if they, of course, want to be in prime positions within the Union Council of Ministers as well. So Mansukh Mandavia is one of those names who will be going down to the field in order to seek the vote of the people. C.R. Patil, of course, hugely popular in his constituency. He's the state Gujarat president, considered to be extremely close to Mr. Amit Shah, and Narendra Modi has been repeated from Navsari, gets the highest margin of votes in Navsari after the Prime Minister, and the last time round Ghaziabad MP Dr. V.K. Singh, General V.K. Singh. Now, as far as Udhampur is concerned, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Jammu, Jugal Kishore Sharma, they will be contesting. And then, of course, we're looking at Kerala. As you pointed out, Anil Antony will, of course, be contesting these elections. Remember, he was recently inducted into the party. He is a former defense minister and Congress veteran, A.K. Antony's son. He has, in fact, been given a ticket from Pattamatitta in Kerala. So that is interesting. V. Muralidharan, again a Rajya Sabha MP, Union MOS, who has been fielded from Athingal. He will be contesting the election and taking on possibly Dr. Shashi Tharoor from Thiruvananthapuram. Will be another vocal, Malayali face. Rajiv Chandrasekhar, Union Minister from the seat of Thiruvananthapuram. And then, of course, we're talking about Jyotiraditya Scindia contesting from Guna. Remember, he contested on a Congress ticket in 2019 from Guna, lost the election to the BJP, and then, of course, he switched sides to the Bharatiya Janata Party in the year 2020 when he came over to the BJP fold. Alongside him came 21 MLAs, and that led to the fall of the Kamal Nath government. He will be going back to Guna. He is, of course, the Rajya Sabha MP. He was brought in through the Rajya Sabha and made a union minister by the government. He will be now going back to Guna to seek the people's mandate. And from Gwalior, which is, of course, also considered to be a parent seat as far as the Scindia family is concerned, we believe that the BJP will be fielding Bharat Singh Kushwaha from their Guna and Gwalior were two choices as far as Mr. Scindia were concerned as well. V.D. Sharma, again to be repeated, he's the state MP president. Huge victory, huge mandate for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh. He will again get a ticket. He's a sitting MP from Khajuraho. And of course, the surprise coming in from Vidisha, former MP, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who will be fielded over there. He's already, in fact, spoken about the party's decision to field him from Bhopal, from Vidisha, and from Bhopal. Pragya Singh Thakur dropped by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Alok Sharma will be contesting that election. That's a big development. Pragya Singh Thakur, remember, the Prime Minister had famously said when she had made certain comments against Mahatma Gandhi and sided with Nathuram Godse, he had said that she's hurt me and her words have hurt me. Well, the BJP has decided not to field her. Again, Arjun Ram Meghwal, again, to contest from Rajasthan's Bikaner. Jodhpur's seat will again be, seeing a contest over there with Gajendra Shekhawat, a sitting minister, as well as Member of Parliament, to contest from there. Then, of course, another Rajya Sabha MP for a long time, someone who has who keeps a very low profile but is considered to be very close to the ground, with his ear to the ground, has steered many states through assembly elections as the BJP's emissary. Rajya Sabha MP, Union Minister Bhupinder Yadav will be contesting for the elections from the Alwar seat. He had been preparing already, Pooja, let me tell you. He's already opened an office in the constituency, so he knew this was something that he had to prepare himself for. They'd received word already.
We were discussing has come from MOS External Affairs, V. Muralidharan, and he's put out a social media statement and Twitter, and I just quickly read it here. I express my profound gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister, Home Minister and JP Nadda for giving me this opportunity to contest the Lok Sabha elections from Athingal. I seek the blessings of the people from Athingal to represent their voice in Lok Sabha and give more strength to the BJP. So he's got that opportunity from Athingal, and of course this, remember, is at a time when Kerala will be one of the focus states for the Bharatiya Janata Party. So will be Telangana and Bengal as well. I want to bring in Aishwarya Paliwal on that. Aishwarya, it was very interesting. I was recently in Madhya Pradesh in Bhopal, and Shivraj Singh Chauhan, even on a weekday and during those days, has been visiting Vidisha constituency constantly. He represents the Budni constituency. But clearly, do you think it is the BJP noticing who has that winnability factor, who's attached to the ground? And Shivraj Singh Chauhan has been one of the big faces for Madhya Pradesh, so would be an ideal choice to now step him up from the State Assembly to the Lok Sabha.
Well, Pooja, there's a very old saying in Hindi कि जीतने वाले घोड़े पर ही दाव लगाना चाहिए, and that's exactly what the BJP at the moment is doing. And let me tell you, the reason why we are seeing some of the new faces, some of the old people being dropped is because that is something that the BJP at the moment is looking at. And why not so, Pooja? Because the target that they have set for themselves is 370. So every vote counts. Every person who's now fighting on a BJP ticket, everything matters for the BJP. For them, for the NDA overall to get 400 plus, they definitely need all those candidates who can win, and that's the reason why we are seeing players like Shivraj Singh Chauhan being now fielded. And as you were speaking, Pooja, in MP he has a huge following, so definitely we will see that with BJP, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and with all the fanfare, they have made sure that the top leaders of the party, the leaders who actually are on the ground and who have a huge fan following, they have been given a chance here, making sure that they push the tally way beyond what we have been hearing at the moment. 370, that's what BJP's target is, and that's what we are seeing in the first list.
So, Mama may find a way from the Madhya Pradesh Assembly, possibly to the Lok Sabha as well. Interesting days, the BJP ensuring that he is in that position to hold strong for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Paulami, as I bring you in, Ajay Mishra Teni, one of the controversial names that has been mentioned by the Bharatiya Janata Party for Uttar Pradesh. Sanjeev Balyan has got a repeat. So has Mahesh Sharma, like we discussed. Hema Malini continues to be. There was speculation, what if the celebrity face will not make the cut? Bansuri Swaraj, speaking right now from North New Delhi, she's got that opportunity.
हमारे राष्ट्रीय संगठन महामंत्री श्री BL संतोष जी की, हमारे दिल्ली प्रदेश के प्रभारी श्री जय पांडा जी की, सह प्रभारी बड़ी बहन अलका गुर्जर जी की, हमारे यशस्वी प्रदेश अध्यक्ष श्री वीरेंद्र सचदेवा जी की, हमारे संगठन महामंत्री प्रदेश में पवन राणा जी की, प्रत्येक भाजपा के कार्यकर्ता और संगठन की, कि उन्होंने ये अवसर और ये दायित्व मुझे दिया है। अब मैं आपको कह रही हूँ, अब की बार और फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार, इसके संकल्प भाजपा का एक एक कार्यकर्ता नई दिल्ली लोकसभा सीट पर जाएगा, और मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि हम तीसरी बार हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को भारत का प्रधान सेवक बनाएंगे।
बीजेपी पहले से बहुत मजबूत है, इस बार क्या होने वाला है, किसको चुनौती मानते हैं, क्या कहना चाहते हैं?
देखिए, हम वोट मांगने जा रहे हैं हमारे लोकप्रिय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की विकास की नीतियों, क्योंकि मोदी की गारंटी है, और मोदी की गारंटी होती है गारंटी पूरे होने की गारंटी। और मैं जानती हूँ कि भारत की जनता को इतना अटूट विश्वास है मोदी जी की एक एक विकास की नीति पे, कि हम इस बार 400 पार, फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार।
लोकप्रिय नेता सुषमा जी की आप बेटी हैं, उन्होंने देश के लिए बहुत बलिदान दिया है, आपको मौका मिल रहा है, क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
जी, मैं कहूंगी कि माँ का आशीर्वाद है, लेकिन ये टिकट मुझे नहीं मिले, ये टिकट एक एक भाजपा के कार्यकर्ता को मिली है, और मैं इस अवसर के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ।
Take that point to now, Paulami, like we were discussing about other names, but what an opportunity for Bansuri Swaraj, a younger face for the party, daughter of Sushma Swaraj, who's been one of the most prominent vocal parliamentarians, and to get it from New Delhi constituency. It's one of the most posh constituencies to be considered, and replacing Meenakshi Lekhi comes in. Bansuri Swaraj, a big responsibility on her shoulders.
Absolutely, a huge responsibility and some sort of faith that the party has shown in her. Remember that the Prime Minister has already and always been, of course, speaking about dynasty politics, and he's received criticism from the other end, saying that what about Mr. Rajnath Singh's son or Amit Shah's son and the opportunities they seem to get within the Bharatiya Janata Party. But he's made that argument very clear, and he's made it clear on several such occasions. But the last time round when he spoke in Parliament during the last session, that's when he made it very clear and naming these ministers, and he spoke very categorically about it, saying that my idea is that no one family rules the party and calls the shots within the party. My idea is if you've got someone who's capable within your family, be it your son, daughter, niece, nephew, anybody, and they want to enter politics, want to serve the people, want to do a good work, there's absolutely no harm. They can go to the people, seek the mandate of the people, can be elected, and then become their public representative. Same goes for Basuri Swaraj as well. While there might be criticism that she's been given a ticket because she's late Sushma Swaraj's daughter, but the fact is, yes, Basuri Swaraj did not do any kind of politics. She was, of course, practicing law before the passing away of her mother. But then, of course, she took a keen interest in politics. The party saw the spark in her that she wanted to, devote time to politics. She wanted to carry on the work that her mother was doing. She wanted to serve the people, become a public representative. They gave her position from a spokesperson to an office bearer's position in the Delhi BJP unit, saw the work that she was doing, saw the fire in her, and then decided that she could be a very good candidate.
Interesting
for
first
the Lok
remark
Sabha
from her,
elections.
Paulami.
Of course, it's
माँ
down
का
to the people
आशीर्वाद है.
eventually.
I have mother's blessings, but this ticket has come to me because of the Karyakartas. So speaking like a politician and an elected member already, as it appears. Paulami, stay on with me on the screens with Aishwarya Paliwal. Also joining me is our colleagues from different states, from Kerala, Bengal and Uttar Pradesh. Abhishek, let me first come to you. Uttar Pradesh, an important state, almost 80 parliamentary constituencies. But what I noticed was not many surprises from Uttar Pradesh. Mahesh Sharma, Hema Malini, Ajay Mishra Teni have found a repeat. So has Sanjeev Balyan, Smriti Irani, Rajnath Singh. Take us through the names from Uttar Pradesh.
Well, absolutely, Pooja, and that is very evident enough to say
Yes.
that the BJP has, given the chance to their incumbent member of parliaments in this elections, and 47 is that number in the first list. Only 4 new faces have been inducted. This gives us an indication that the report card of these 47 has been very, very satisfactory enough. Now, what are those 4 names are? I will start with the first name, which is all from Shravasti. Saket Mishra has been taken as the new face. Other than him, Jaunpur, Kripa Shankar Singh. This is a new candidate. Other than that, Ambedkar Nagar, Ritesh Pandey has been given chance, and Nagina, which was reserved seat, not with the BJP, where Om Kumar has been filled by the BJP.
Yes.
Now, these are the new 4 faces, but other than that, others are still remain the same. And yes, of course, Prime Minister Modi is the leader, is, the first person announced from Uttar Pradesh. Now, moving forward, Hema Malini, we were expecting, yes, that there is a possibility she may not get it, but
Correct.
she has got it. Kairana, Muzaffarnagar, Rampur, Ghanshyam Lodhi, Sambhal, Amroha, Gautam Buddha Nagar. That is also another, unexpected candidate. Mahesh Sharma has been repeated. Similarly, and Ajay Mishra Teni. That is something which has again, given a clear indication that the BJP is not leaving any opportunity. If he has a hold, he's got it once again. So that is another candidate.
That was one of the big controversial names with regard to when the farmers' protest was organized in 2020-21. But he appears to have got that repeat. Stay on with me. Abhishek, stay on with me. Also joining me from Kerala is Shibimol KG. Shibimol, Anil Antony, the son of former defense minister from a Congress family, getting an immediate Lok Sabha ticket. But also there will be Rajiv Chandrasekhar, and take us through other names as well that have come in from the southern state where we'll be speaking. Stay on with me. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, after that big news, is now getting blessings and, of course, a ceremony by his wife to ensure with the tilak that he could now make an entry from the State Assembly to Lok Sabha. It appears from Shivraj Singh Chauhan it may not be very difficult. He does enjoy a widespread popularity within the state of Madhya Pradesh, and won from Budni constituency in December when the state elections results were announced. He did not become the Chief Minister, but he has been given a Lok Sabha ticket. Remember, this is interesting. Many thought if Shivraj Singh Chauhan's career could have come down, but now he could become possibly a member of parliament. Mama Ji, as he's called, organizing and attending and visiting one of these temples as well, right away, not wasting time. And I must add here, because recently also, just about a few days ago on a weekday, as I was visiting the state, former Chief Minister that he is, constituency Budni, but he was ensuring visits to Vidisha as well. He was consistently meeting people, even now, not wasting time. Did he have a hint? Or perhaps he was ensuring that his connect on the ground remains with the people irrespective. But for sure, the party has noticed it and given him the Lok Sabha ticket. Former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan now announced for the Lok Sabha as well. So from Madhya Pradesh, let me go across to Shibamol. Shibamol, apologies for the interruption there. Go ahead. Anil Antony, Rajiv Chandrasekhar and V.S. Muralidharan for Kerala.
Well, Pooja, Anil Antony was very well being considered for this Lok Sabha elections. Initially, we were hearing that he will be considered in Ernakulam constituency, which is a very stronghold as far as which has considered a Christian vote share, around 50% vote bank, 50% of the majority are Christian population. So Anil Antony's name was initially heard in Ernakulam constituency, but again, Pathanamthitta is a very Pathanamthitta also has considered Christian population, also a seat where BJP also has good vote share. So that's probably the reason why he was finalized in Pathanamthitta constituency. But I think the contest here is going to be most likely Congress is likely to field again Dr. Shashi Tharoor from Tirunelveli. So Shashi Tharoor versus Rajiv Chandrasekhar would be an interesting contest. The BJP leadership in the state from the beginning itself wanted Rajiv Chandrasekhar to contest. They were looking for a union minister to contest. Somebody from the national leadership should be fielded against Tharoor. Was the talks that were going around from the initial days itself. They considered Nirmala Sitharaman, S. Jaishankar, all these names were heard in the beginning, but finally they finalized on Rajiv Chandrasekhar. It will be interesting because there will be a three-way contest between Left Congress and the BJP. The Left has already announced its candidate, the former MP Panin Ravindran. He also has considerable influence in the constituency. So it will be very, very tight and interesting to watch. And Thrissur is probably the seat where, the BJP has been eyeing since the last many years. That is actually the first seat that's in the priority list as far as state is concerned. Whereas expected, Thrissur is Suresh Gopi, the former Rajya Sabha MP, as well as Malayalam superstar, has been fielded. And that is probably the seat that they are looking forward to the most. In fact, all the political parties in the state, it is a do or die situation for them in Thrissur because Suresh Gopi has been very influential in the constituency. And of course, Artingal. V. Muralidharan has been very active in the constituency since the last few months. He has already started office also there. So it was expected that it is going to be V. Muralidharan because last year, last election, 2019, BJP made considerable progress there in Artingal. So that's probably the reason why V. Muralidharan Union Minister has been fielded.
Can BJP break through in the state of Kerala where the left and the Congress have enjoyed a stronghold for a very long time? And like Shibamol is telling us, Tirunelveli, Rajiv Chandrasekhar and Shashi Tharoor is going to be one of those big fights of these candidates of the Lok Sabha elections. It's going to be one seat that all eyes will be on. More colleagues are joining us. I want to quickly bring in now Abdul Bashir as well from Telangana. Abdul, for Bandi Sanjay, that name that has been announced, clearly has been one of the most vocal leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party, has had a share of controversies as well. But take us through other names as well. And Telangana is where the BJP will want to make inroads this time.
Well, absolutely. Bandi Sanjay, who had been vocal, who's a former, the state BJP chief and the current MP from Karimnagar, has been again fielded from Karimnagar. We have also Nizamabad MP Dharmapuri Arvind to Telangana BJP President and Union Cabinet Minister Kishan Reddy from Secunderabad. And two important names that have come up this time is on Thursday, P. Ramulu had joined the sitting BRS MP from Nagar Karnool, had joined the BJP, and his son P. Bharat had been given ticket from Nagar Karnool. The other BRS MP, B.B. Patil, had joined yesterday. And today his name is announced
from the BRS
in this particular list. And as we speak, from Hyderabad, Dr. Madhavi Lata will be going against AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi. And this is a big name that BJP has put up, a woman against AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi from Hyderabad. And the other names follow are Bhongir Bora Narsaya and Itala Rajendra. This had been a prominent face in the TRS party who had recently shifted sides to the BJP. He had, however, lost in the assembly elections, but now he's fielded from Malkajgiri. where Revant Reddy was the previous MP from this particular, the current Chief Minister of Telangana was an MP from Malkajgiri, and after he had won from Kodangal, he has resigned from the seat, and now Itala Rajender will be fighting against the upcoming probable Congress candidate in this particular Malkajgiri constituency. So all the names in this list are big names, most of them sitting MPs, and this is going to be a tough fight for the BJP, Congress and the BRS, as BRS have most of them, 9 seats that they have attained earlier in this, 17 Lok Sabha seats from Telangana, among which 2 BRS MPs are now going from BJP.
Very interesting. So in Hyderabad, Abdul Bashir, you're telling us it will be Asaduddin Owaisi versus Dr. Madhavi Lata. It's going to be very important both for AIMIM and for the Bharatiya Janata Party. There are at least 3 sitting MPs, one a union cabinet minister who has been announced as who have been given tickets from Telangana, and recently BRS MP jumped ship to BJP, who has got the ticket from Zahirabad, BB Patil as well. I request, I haven't come yet to Suryagini and Aishwarya. Just give me one more minute because Rashid Kedwai continues to be with us. Mr. Kedwai, you've been, of course, following these calculations and permutations, combinations of how the seats are announced for the past few decades. But when we look at the southern states specifically, let's talk about it, whether it's giving a ticket to Anil Antony, Rajiv Chandrasekhar or Muralidharan, or even for the state of Telangana and other states. Do you think that there is a strategy that the Bharatiya Janata Party is pushing through? One, because they have chosen fairly younger candidates, but they've also made a repeat. In Uttar Pradesh, if there was a controversial candidate who is speculated to have not got the ticket again, has got it. What do you think could be playing out in the BJP's mind right now?
I think Puja winnability, that's been a very big criteria. The BJP is being very, sure-footed when it is very strong and where it has a scope. So it is just, experimenting. For instance, giving a ticket to a Muslim in Kerala, that Abdul Salam. Then, bringing this thing Rajiv Chandrasekhar against Shashi Tharoor. So these are the things that they are doing. They are just trying to, put themselves at a level so that it becomes an interesting, contest. We know that it is very difficult for the BJP to win a Lok Sabha seat in Kerala. Can this be, a moment giving ticket to Antony's son, Anil Antony? Yes. So these are all the experiments. But where they are very strong, you look at Madhya Pradesh list, giving ticket to Shivraj, giving ticket to Jyotirmay Scindia, and all it tells you there is a sort of course correction, and where BJP doesn't want to miss out anything. And of course, you look at Delhi, and I think Delhi is a real upshot of that entire list. You see, so many people have been benched. I mean, what is Meenakshi Lekhi's fault? In the sense, she was a union minister, relatively young face, and she's been replaced by Basuri Kaushal. So I think the BJP is expecting some kind of challenge because there is a AAP and Congress alliance in Delhi, and therefore they have been very careful and have gone solely by the criteria of winnability. And again, coming to controversy, I mean, there are a lot of things that can be said. Perhaps this is not an appropriate occasion. The BJP saying 33%, they brought a bill. But look at this, out of 195, I think 28 women, which is barely 15%. So if the BJP, as their graph is very high, they are talking about 370 on 300 par, 400 par. It was a very good, they could have, given 20%, 25% seats to women, but that's not a case.
For the national capital, Delhi, like Rashid Kedwai is telling us, 5 seats that were announced, only one name has been retained, and that's of Northeast Delhi MP, Manoj Tiwari, who in fact recently went to meet Vakil Hassan as well, whose house was demolished, ensured that he's seen meeting him. So that also was immediately going out that I still care for the people, because it is an election time. Nobody wants to look that they are anti-people. And just hours before before the name was announced, he made that presence felt. Apart from that, Praveen Khandelwal, who's the CIIT Secretary General, he gets an opportunity from Chandni Chowk. Bansuri Swaraj from New Delhi, South Delhi, Ramveer Bhaduri, and from West Delhi, Kamaljeet Sehrawat. From national capital Delhi, my colleague who's been waiting, Suryagini Roy, I come to you, Bengal. Prime Minister Modi is on a tour which is a stronghold of Mamata Banerjee. He went all out on the Sandesh Khali issue as well. He ensured that that is mentioned to show that TMC is not able to maintain law and order. And when the name started to be announced, tell me about Bengal, the seats that you think will be very crucial for the Bharatiya Janata Party to make inroads, which has once been a bastion of the left parties and then of the TMC.
Pooja, if you look at the list of 20, it has a lot of repeaters, especially the ones who have won the 2019 elections. For example, Nishit Pramanik, Shantanu Thakur, then leader MPs like Shukanta Mazumdar. However, what we see over here, what we see over here is that many new names have been added in this list. That is precisely of MLAs who have won in the 2021 elections. For example, Hiranmoy Chatterjee from Kharagpur. Then you have a Srirupa Mitra from Malda. Then you have a Manoj Tigga who has already won and he's being fielded as the Alipur candidate.
So from the assembly, you're telling us, Suryagini, to get a ticket for Lok Sabha as well. That's also giving them an opportunity because they already have a hold over the ground. Suryagini, stay on with me because joining me now is India Today's news director Rahul Kanwal. Rahul, 195 seats. It's an immediate strategy to show that while the India bloc may still be struggling with seat sharing, we have almost 200 candidates ready. Take us through what your perspective is of this list that has been announced specifically for the names that have been retained in Uttar Pradesh and the surprises, for example, in Kerala and other states.
Pooja, look at the fact that the last time elections were announced around the 10th of March and the BJP's first list in 2019 came out almost 2 weeks later on the 21st. This time elections are likely to be announced somewhere between the 13th and the 15th. That's the current buzz. And the BJP almost 2 weeks before the announcement of elections has gone out and announced the names of almost twice the candidates who were suggested to be announced today. The earlier sense was that about 100 names would be announced. This is almost twice that at 195. And they've also announced it 2 weeks prior to what they did in 2019. Clearly, they've been buoyed by the experiment in the recent assembly elections where, because they announced candidates much in advance, those candidates had better preparation on the ground and were able to put out a better fight. They've kept that in mind. Just also remember, they've pushed their ministers to the edge of their levels of comfort. Someone like a Rajiv Chandrasekharan, when he has to take on Shashi Tharoor in Thiruvananthapuram. Ideally, someone like a Rajiv Chandrasekharan would have preferred one of the seats in Karnataka. But and remember, they've been in the election before last, Shashi Tharoor didn't win by a very big margin. His margin was just about 10,000 odd votes. So the BJP wanting to push him, they've really, even if you see in Telangana, those leaders who lost in the recent assembly elections have been made to fight the Lok Sabha seat because they're saying, okay, we're not, there's no point in idling around the assembly if we're going to be in opposition for so long. It's better to push our big guns and to try and win. So they're really pushing the extremes of what is possible. And Prime Minister Modi taking that mission 370 very seriously, doing whatever it takes, getting leaders from the BSP, getting them in from other parties, giving them the opportunity to fight. And if a small state like Delhi, they found their MPs weren't up to the task, not shying away from mass change, Pooja.
Very interesting. Rahul, don't you think that to give opportunities also to these younger faces, for example, Bansuri Swaraj or Anil Antony, while of course retaining the old big guns, whether it's Rajnath Singh from Lucknow, Hema Malini returns for Mathura, or of course Prime Minister Modi from Varanasi and Home Minister Amit Shah from Gandhinagar, they've kept it a mixed bag, looking at possibly as much as the winnability factor and as what next for the generation among the politicians in BJP.
When in election mode, the BJP puts pragmatism first. Once they're in government mode or manifesto mode, that's when they look at ideology and other such things. When you're fighting an election, the only thing that seems to matter most is who can help us win or who can take us as close as possible to winning, which is really what they've kept in mind. It is in the relatively safe seats where they think, okay, maybe because now you've got, say, an AAP and a Congress together, even if we won the last time, if our MPs don't have a good perception, then it's better to change them and to bring newer faces in. At least the anti-incumbency gets washed away. That's an experiment the BJP tried very successfully in states like Gujarat, where even though you're winning, you know that there is local anti-incumbency against your candidate, against your MLA or MP, change him. So a lot of those experiments coming in, this is really the best oiled political machine in the country, arguably amongst the best oiled political parties in the world, and they're going all guns blazing, even as others are, whether they're in Cambridge or elsewhere, still trying to figure out what they want to do and are far from being able to announce seat-sharing pacts, apart from just being able to announce actual candidates for seats. These guys are going all out to try and get as close to the mission that the Prime Minister has declared, Pooja.
One more question, and I'm sure you've been speaking to these BJP leaders as well. There were, in the past few days, there have been meetings and discussions that started late into the night, went early till morning. It's been a grand internal survey that has been done over the past few months. So this has clearly been a deliberation and discussion over months. Hectic parlays must have been done within the BJP corridors for this.
You know, from what I understand from sources within the Prime Minister's office, each MP has a report card which has been looked at. So while the party comes with its own report card, so the party Adhyaksh Nadda ji comes with his assessment of the candidate, the RSS gives its own assessment of, the feedback from the Karyakartas on the ground. The Prime Minister's office has its own assessment according to different criteria about how they've been looking at the programs of the party, popularizing them, working on the ground, how accessible have they been. Each MP is, benchmarked basis the criteria that's been laid out. So it's not an exercise that's done whimsically. It's an exercise that's taken very seriously. And there are rationale for, you see some of these ministers have been not given seats, so some people have been moved around. There is a rationale that the party has in its mind. So it's not, a lot of, say, what will happen in the India alliance may be done out of majburi, because you really have no option but to accommodate certain interests. This is done from a position of strength. Someone like Hema Malini, whether she deserves to be a candidate again in Mathura can be argued both ways. But the fact is that the BJP thinks she brings utility to the party ticket, which is why she's been given that seat. So the BJP really trying to the extent possible, deal with anti-incumbency where they felt some anti-incumbency was building up and where they wanted strong candidates on the ground in states like Uttar Pradesh, not necessarily tinkering and tweaking too much.
Appreciate you joining us. Rahul Kamal, our news director, with the latest and interestingly the inside understanding of what's been happening. How were these names possibly deliberated upon? What led to retaining some of the names while saying goodbye to some of them as well? Rahul Kamal with the latest as well. All right, we'll quickly take a word from my colleague Paulami Saha as well. Paulami, like Rahul also was telling us, that it is the internal discussions that have led to a decision, because I know that there were some names about celebrities that were mentioned that on the ground may not have support. They did not make as much presence. Hema Malini's name had surfaced as well, but clearly at some point the BJP believes she has the winning factor and winnability for Mathura for her name to be announced. Paulami, if you can hear me.
Pooja,
Yes,
I got
yes.
this,
Paulami, so my question was that, while there have been a lot of discussions.
Hema Malini.
Yes, Hema Malini continued to defend, because I remember a few days ago when we had spoken to her, she said, I have been visiting. I don't do it for cameras, but I've been on the ground. But there's something that the BJP must have definitely felt to retain the names that they have done and those that they have announced afresh.
Absolutely. As far as the BJP is concerned, like I said, they have done their performance reviews on the ground as well. It was, in fact, it was speculated a lot at the time that Jayant Chaudhary was speculated to join hands with the Bharatiya Janata Party, which he is, of course. But at that point of time, there was a lot of speculation that he would want to, get the Mathura seat from the BJP. He, in fact, had fought against Jayant Chaudhary himself, was a candidate in the last Lok Sabha election against Hema Malini, had been to that constituency on polling day itself. Hema Malini, of course, remained very confident. We had spoken to those around her, part of her team as well, and they had confidently indicated, at least to me, that she's going to retain the seat. While there was a lot of speculation, given that she's a celebrity, does she go down to her constituency? Does she visit her constituency enough? Her age factor as well. Her, those around her continue to be extremely confident that she is going to win the Mathura seat.
Well, clearly, Paulami, she's been announced. Now it's, of course, a big responsibility on her shoulders. Stay on with me. Rajdeep Sardesai joining us now. Rajdeep, 195 names is a big number to announce, and so early. Which ones do you think you were surprised by? Which ones did you think, well, these names are definitely going to not be announced this time?
Pooja, I think the headline obviously comes to some extent from Delhi, where you've already got 4 new faces out of the 5 that have been announced. led by Sushma Swaraj's daughter Basuri Swaraj. So clearly the BJP looking at the possibility of a completely image makeover in Delhi. And remember, this comes at a time when the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress have tied up. So I think what the BJP has done in Delhi is interesting. It shows that the BJP is willing to make those changes if the opposition changes the rules of the game. So I think that, to my mind, stood out for me. The fact that they have retained maximum seats, sitting candidates in Uttar Pradesh, is also a sign of the times, to suggest that in the state which is critical to the BJP's fortunes, the BJP there doesn't want to experiment. I was just hearing Paulomi speak about Hema Malini. The very fact that you've chosen to retain someone like Hema Malini, who has been an MP who has perhaps been seen as someone who hasn't spent enough time in her constituency, although she denies it. The very fact that they have chosen her and chosen to retain the core of the BJP in UP suggests there they don't want to experiment. I thought it was interesting that they brought in Shivraj Singh Chauhan to contest from Vidisha. There was a lot of speculation over Shivraj Singh Chauhan's political future, but I think that is settled, because if he wins, he could be a future agriculture minister in a Narendra Modi-led government if the Modi government comes back. So that's interesting. In Uttar Pradesh, again, remember Ajay Mishra Teni, under controversy because his son allegedly mowed down farmers, was jailed. Despite that, they've gone ahead with the MOS home. So so I think in Uttar Pradesh, winnability matters more than anything else, because that is the state that's going to really deliver.
You're right, Rajdeep. Sanjeev Balyan, Mahesh Sharma, these are the names that have continued to, they have been mentioned as well. So has Rajnath Singh. Do you think Amethi could be interesting? Of course, Smriti Irani's name has been announced, but because she also challenged Rahul Gandhi this time, do you think this is something that could play out? Why do you think possibly that they have taken that chance in other states, specifically the southern states where they want to make inroads, even in Delhi, not as much for Uttar Pradesh, where they clearly may have had more possibilities, Rajdeep?
You know, Pooja, I think what the BJP has done, and Paulomi will also, I'm sure, have to add to this, is that they had these categories of seats, which were considered safe seats. Many of these seats are seats in the Hindi heartland. So those are the seats where they've stuck to the old guard. In seats where they finished second last time or third last time, or the margins were less in southern India, for example, they've chosen to experiment because there they have perhaps less to lose. I think it's very interesting, though, on the other hand, that Delhi is the one state where I think the BJP has genuinely sensed an opportunity to effect a complete change in guard. Remember, it's not just Lok Sabha, there will be a Vidhan Sabha election in 8 months. In both 2015 and 2020, Arvind Kejriwal had bested the BJP there. So I think the BJP is looking at not just projecting a new face for the Lok Sabha, but I won't be surprised if they will project a completely new face for the Vidhan Sabha as well in Delhi. So I think barring Delhi, if you look across the Hindi heartland, the BJP by and large is sticking to the tried and trusted faces. Many of the new faces that they are giving are in states outside the Hindi heartland. Bhupendra Yadav is an interesting new addition to the Lok Sabha list. Someone who's been a backroom manager, has worked very closely with Amit Shah on several elections. I think also interesting is someone like Mansukh Mandavia, who's going to contest for the Lok Sabha this time from a relatively safe seat of Porbandar. I was a bit surprised that many more candidates from Gujarat were not announced, because if there is one state where the BJP is very confident of a sweep, it's Gujarat. Interestingly, for example, Pooja, they've stayed away from putting up candidates or announcing candidates in Maharashtra, because this is one state where they still need to settle their internal negotiations with the Shinde group and the NCP. And Maharashtra is going to become a very critical state in the 2024 Lok Sabha, because both sides have completely new alignments compared to 5 years ago. So I think what the BJP has done with this first list, they've shown that they want to make this early announcement to put the opposition on the defensive, capture the narrative in a way that the BJP has got a head start. And I think that they have sent out the message that in the Hindi heartland, they want to go ahead with the tried and trusted names. Among the few who've been dropped, I thought, which was interesting, was Sadhvi Pragya Thakur. You will
Bhopal.
recall that her statements on Godse had created a controversy from Bhopal, and the Prime Minister had responded by saying he was not happy about it, and there was a question over whether she would be retained. She hasn't been retained. So barring a few big ticket, you've had a couple who dropped out even before the list was announced today, Gautam Gambhir, Jayant Sinha, but many of the union ministers have been retained. So there is an element of continuity amidst change. That's how I would describe this list. Continuity, primarily in the Hindi heartland, change and flexibility in states where the BJP is not so strong and the stakes are slightly less.
That's an interesting point that you've made, Rajdeep. Continuity where you think you have a stronghold but can take change, can take experiments where possibly not yet strong. Maybe that chance will also click. Rashid Kidwai continues to be with us in this telecast. Rajdeep, a little while ago, Rashid Kidwai made an interesting point that ye ek mahol bana rahe hai. It's a mind game that the BJP is playing with regard to how the India bloc alliances, and I know you've spoken about it. Do you agree with that strategy? Do you think that's what the attempt is? Look how disciplined we are. You cannot even decide on your seat sharing.
Oh, absolutely, Pooja. I think, the BJP has shown even in the assembly elections of 2022 that they've decided that, or 2023, those who start off early get the advantage of the early starter. Their candidates are able to prepare better. They did this in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. What I also thought was interesting, Pooja, is that along with the candidates, they've also given the caste breakup. For example, they've said that 57 out of the 195 are OBCs. So effectively, close to 30% of the BJP's candidates in this first list are OBCs. Now, Rahul Gandhi has been hammering away and suggesting that the OBCs are not fully empowered. The fact is we have an OBC Prime Minister and the BJP is aggressively playing the OBC card. By contrast, on the woman factor, just 28 out of the 195 are women. So at a time when the BJP has taken the lead for 33% women's reservation, that hasn't become a sort of talking point, at least in this first list. So I think the BJP, you're absolutely right, and Rashid is right, wants to create the perception that they're fully prepared for the battle. They've got all their armory, heavy artillery out there. Prime Minister Amit Shah, all the big names are already out there, and therefore they are well prepared for a potential hat-trick. On the other hand, you've got an opposition where, barring a few parties like the Aam Aadmi Party, most of the opposition parties are yet to even announce their list of candidates. So I think that perception game is what the BJP is focusing upon. I was keen to know how many union ministers from the Rajya Sabha will contest in the Lok Sabha. There's a lot of buzz about that. There are a number of ministers who are in the Rajya Sabha, likes of Piyush Goyal, Nirmala Sitharaman, even Dr. Jaishankar may be contesting Lok Sabha. We still don't know how many of them will actually contest Lok Sabha, but the sign that Mansukh Mandavia is the one first name that stood out when I was looking at Rajya Sabha MPs who may be asked to contest Lok Sabha elections this time. You will have, clearly the BJP is working to a plan. They've got these report cards in place. They've gone by that, and they have tried to build this perception that they are fully prepared for 2024, even as the opposition struggles to finalize their seat negotiation.
And it's very interesting how the BJP works, asking MPs or ministers to contest for assembly elections, those who won as MLAs like Shivraj Singh Chauhan being given an opportunity for Lok Sabha. So there's a constant shuffle that's taking place. Rajdeep, I request you to please stay on with me. Interesting points being made. Indrajit Kundu also joins us, Rashid Kidwai and also Paulomi Saha. Indrajit, quick word from you. Bengal, where Prime Minister Modi was, scathing attacks against Mamata Banerjee's government, saying, Ma Mati Manusha, crying here under TMC. The names that have been announced, most of them are MLAs who had won, given an opportunity for Lok Sabha. Tell us through the names, why do you think BJP has taken that specific strategy?
Well, as it's being discussed, the BJP is trying to pull, all from all the weapon that it has in its arsenal, because this is a big war that they know. And in a sense, Bengal is going to be the prized position, the prize catch for the BJP, because they really are on an upsurge and they think that they can, improve on their tally of 18 seats that they won. So the 20 seats, so 50% candidate list already out in Bengal. in the very first go. So you understand the Prime Minister is here. He's already begun campaigning. They're giving a lot of push to Bengal. Three sitting MLAs on the card in these 20 lists. Manoj Tigga, very important MLA from Madarihat in North Bengal. He will be contesting from Alipurduar. Hiran Chatterjee, he is a film star, film actor. He won last time in 2021 from Kharagpur Shodor. He's an MLA, and now he has been pitted in Ghatal. Ghatal is that very seat in West Midnapur district where Trinamool Congress superstar Dev is the sitting MP. Will Trinamool Congress once again pitch Dev, and will it be star versus star? That's going to be a very interesting contest. Srirupa Mitra Chaudhary, she had contested the last Lok Sabha elections, lost the seat. Then once again, she was pitted in English Bazaar from Malda. She won that seat in English Bazaar, and now she has been given Malda South Lok Sabha seat once again. So, three sitting MLAs. Okay. BJP State President Shukanta Majumdar, he's contesting from Balurghat yet again. Another big, big change that is coming, of course, is that Shubhendu Adhikari's brother, Shomendu Adhikari, he will be contesting the election from one of the seats in East Midnapur district. And there is still buzz. And whether Shubhendu Adhikari himself, the leader of the opposition, will he be forced to contest this time around? The, opinion is divided within the BJP ranks right now, because some feel that if Shubhendu Adhikari is pitted from one Lok Sabha constituency, he will be stuck in one Lok Sabha. He would rather concentrate on all the 42 seats in West Bengal and help the BJP strategize across all the seats. So we'll have to wait for the second list to come out. But very, very interesting. Nishit Pramanik from Kuch Bihar, once again, the junior MOS, the Minister of State, the junior minister to Amit Shah, he is contesting from Kuch Bihar in North Bengal. Alipurduar, John Barla has been axed, and instead Manoj Tigga has been brought in. Shukanta Majumdar from Balurghat. Khogen Murmu, he gets a re-nomination from Malda Uttar. From Malda Dakhish, Srirupa Mitra Chaudhary, an MLA being promoted to the Lok Sabha right now. Anirban Ganguly, somebody who is very popular in the Delhi circuit, the president of Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Foundation. He has been putting in a lot of effort in the recent years. He had contested in the 2021 assembly election as well. He will be contesting from the prestigious Jadavpur Lok Sabha constituency, the seat which Mimi Chakraborty, Trinamool Congress star MP, won last time. We don't know whether she will get a re-nomination this time, because she's already expressed her desire to resign. You have a few more interesting candidates like Shantanu Thakur, Union Minister, who has got a re-nomination from Bonga seat. You've got Lokit Chatterjee. There was a lot of buzz that she might not get a candidate. She might not get a ticket this time around, but she has been re-nominated from Hooghly. You have Jyotirmoy Singh Mahato from Purulia. That was also a name which was in consideration, may not 50-50, but he has been given. Subhash Sarkar, another Minister of State for Health. His performance has not been really good, dismal performance from Bankura, but he's being given re-nomination from Bankura. Soumitra Khan, another very, very controversial figure. Soumitra Khan joined BJP from Trinamool Congress. There was a lot of talks about he may not be given re-nomination, but the BJP is sticking to Soumitra Khan in Bishnupur. Pawan Singh is interesting. Pawan Singh, there was an initial confusion that whether this Pawan Singh is the son of Trinamool Congress MP Arjun Singh from Barakpur, but no, Pawan Singh is a Bhojpuri singer, and he is being pitted against, it's almost confirmed, Shatrughan Sinha, the celebrity candidate from Trinamool Congress, who is almost certain to fight from Asansol. So he will be pitted against Pawan Singh. And in Bolpur, you have got a new candidate, Priya Saha. So BJP, it's a careful list with a lot of veterans once again getting
and the name
re-nomination,
that
and some
definitely
new
crops
people
up
been brought
while
in.
you're mentioning this is Shantanu Thakur, who had recently said CAA will be implemented very, very soon, to give out a strong statement like that, and now he's got the ticket announced as well. So that's going to be one of the big names. Paulomi Saha joining me now. Paulomi, the visuals running of Shivraj Singh Chauhan visiting a temple right away. There are firecrackers being burst in other areas as well. According to you, tell us what happened within the BJP corridors. You've been speaking to a lot of BJP leaders with midnight meetings, starting at midnight, going on till early morning, deliberations after deliberations to decide who stays and who bows out. And interestingly, hours before this first list is announced, Paulomi, two MPs, Jayant Sinha and Gautam Gambhir, give out a similar statement to relieve them from the duties politically because they have cricket commitments or climate change to focus on.
Well, not the first time that's happened, Pooja. It's indicative of the fact that the party may have asked them to bow out, in a way where they sort of keep their respect intact, and it doesn't seem like they've been axed by the party. I'm saying this that it's not the first time, because this has happened before the Gujarat Assembly elections in December 2022 as well. At that time, Vijay Rupani, the sitting chief minister of the state, had been asked to declare that he doesn't want to contest the elections, and that he would rather stay and work for the party. Eventually, of course, he was given a role within the party where he is in charge of a couple of states, including that of Punjab as well. So that is what he manages right now. Following that, there were other so-called resignations as well, who then wrote to the party chief, Mr. JP Nadda, and this was before the list was announced, that they did not want to contest the elections. That included Saurabh Patel, Nitin Patel, then Deputy Chief Minister of the state as well. So this is indicative of the fact, Pooja, we had received indication that at least these two sitting members of parliament may not be repeated by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Remember, yesterday we'd reported that at least 3 sitting MPs from Delhi will be axed as far as the BJP is concerned. The BJP has announced only 5 out of that. They already axed Meenakshi Lekhi, and Gautam Gambhir's seat hasn't been announced for as of yet. So it's been much brutal than what we'd reported, and at that point of time we had heard from our sources that Gambhir is one of those who's going to lose a ticket, but of course he has wanted to gracefully exit, at least has been allowed the same by the party, where he did post that he wants to focus on his cricketing commitments, and he doesn't want to do any more politics, at least for the time being, which only gives you a sense that the party has reviewed everyone's performance. You might be a celebrity, you might be popular, you might have fans, but if that doesn't translate into your constituents being happy with your work, then the party is going to be quite brutal and aggressive about it, and that's exactly what has happened in this case. At least, like Rajdeep was saying, Delhi is one of possibly the biggest headlines that's coming out of this first list of 195 candidates, where out of the 5 seats that they've announced for, they've changed 4 sitting MPs.
Rajdeep, as I bring you in, let's also talk about the state that you were mentioning, Maharashtra, or another home state, that is Goa as well. Shripad Naik, who's been announced from there. Do you think, and which states do you think will be of focus to the Bharatiya Janata Party? Will it be to retain the states that they have been they have a stronghold on, or will it be the southern states? It's to prove a point, because it's obviously believed that it is the southern bastion, so to say, that the BJP hasn't been able to make a breakthrough.
Pooja, when I look at the BJP's calculations, it gives me a sense that there were 4 or 5 states that they were worried about 6 months ago. Which were these? Maharashtra, Bihar, Karnataka, Bengal. These were the 4 states where they sensed potential double-digit losses compared to 2019. Some would also put Madhya Pradesh in this list. I think over the last 6 months, they worked at these states to try and strengthen their positions one by one in each of the states. Nitish Kumar switched back to the BJP, and they're back in government in Bihar. We've seen that in Karnataka, the BJP has now brought back Yediyurappa and son into the ranks, and they've been extremely aggressive in targeting the Siddaramaiah government. In Maharashtra, they broke the NCP and thereby fortified their government there. And in Bengal, after Sandesh Kali, they are going for the Mamata Banerjee government. I think in all these 4 lists, all these 4 states, the list will be very interesting to see. Indrajit gave us an excellent description of the Bengal list, where a number of sitting MLAs have been given tickets. So what you're doing is you're effectively saying, if there is any anti-incumbency against the MP, you replace the MP with an MLA or with a new face, and thereby give vigor to your party ranks in a state like Bengal. I will be interested to see what they do in Maharashtra. I keep saying this is the second largest state after UP. There's so much on focus on UP, but I think we need to also look at where the BJP stands because of the new alliances they've framed in Maharashtra. Last time the BJP and its ally the Shiv Sena won 42 out of 48 seats. Repeating that is not going to be easy this time, because this is the one state where also the India alliance seems to have got its act together, at least in terms of cementing its alliance. So I think Maharashtra will be interesting to see how many sitting BJP MPs are given tickets. How does the seat distribution between the BJP and its allies take place? So that's the state that I'll be now looking forward to, and there aren't any indications so far from this first list as to what direction the BJP intends to go in the state of Maharashtra.
And more lists are expected, so that's where perhaps those names will make time as well. Rajdeep, stay on with me, because Rashid, and I appreciate you stay and keeping your patience as well. Rashid, here, like the same question that I asked to Rajdeep, that, you know, it is the Hindi heartland that the BJP believes they have a stronghold while they have to focus on the southern states. When you bring in a young Anil Antony, and who comes from a Congress family, you also give an opportunity to Rajiv Chandrasekhar against Shashi Tharoor, then a Muralidharan as well, who of course has been a minister, MOS for External Affairs, and yet give him the Atingal constituency as well. And as we speak about them, Rajiv Chandrasekhar is speaking. First reaction. Listen.
I don't know, that is your perception. I don't consider anybody powerful. I think the people of Trivandrum are the most powerful. People of Tirunelveli will decide who they believe is more credible to represent them in parliament, who they believe should be the best leader of the country in Delhi. They will decisively, I believe, vote for Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji in these elections, and vote me as their MP in these elections to represent them in parliament and in government.
Lastly, BJP is going to win Lok Sabha election.
In
Lok Sabha election, BJP is going to win the Lok Sabha election 2024.
BJP will have a decisive mandate. As you know, in 2014, the people of India voted out the Congress and brought the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji in. In 2019, the mandate was expanded to 303 seats. And this time, as it is very, very clear from the atmosphere around the country and the confidence and the trust that people have in Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, this time NDA will be for more than 400 seats all around the country.
So Rashid Kidwai, there's your point that I can ask you on very clearly. Rajiv Chandrasekhar stating who is powerful, indirectly referring to Shashi Tharoor, who he will now likely stand against, to say, I don't think anyone's powerful really. The people decide. Rashid Kidwai, do you think this is also, again, like we're talking about BJP, a certain projection? Who decides who is powerful?
Yeah, so I think, Pooja, we see a lot of, bravado. The fact of the matter is that the BJP does not have, much bench strength, so to say, or credible, winnable candidates in states like Kerala, states like Bengal. Yes. So what they are doing is that any name that is, big enough or can, excite people, because remember in politics, this kind of excitement and perception, it matters a lot. But will it translate into, results and favorable results? I have my own, doubt and apprehensions. You see, even this head start part, it's very good. We are in this news business, so we feel that, 195 seats, wonderful. The BJP has taken a huge head start. But in the end of the day, when elections are fought, it makes very little material difference, because remember, there is a poll schedule. Elections have to be formally announced, and then there is a date for, filing nomination and withdrawal, all those things are there. So it gives a kind of, and BJP is very good at building, as earlier also I told you, mahal, perception. But it is for the opposition to come up with, credible names, winnable, parties and candidates. So particularly if Congress can have an alliance with Mamata Banerjee, it's not too late in Bengal, then you'll have a fight. I think in Bengal, the BJP is really facing a very formidable opponent in Mamata Banerjee. She's very crafty. She knows, the business, and she has the ability to outsmart the BJP. She has done it in assembly elections, and Lok Sabha is a litmus test. So I would be very keen to see the outcome of, BJP campaign in Bengal, because that is one state where the BJP has has found the Mamata Banerjee has a match and something to offer to them. There are a lot of things that have happened. I'm not trying to take away any credit, but look at, in Bhopal, the BJP has denied ticket to Sadhvi Pragya. She won last time. She was a giant killer, and she defeated Digvijay Singh of the Congress. This time the BJP has given ticket to a person who had lost assembly election, Alok Sharma. A lot of experiment is taking place. I don't know what will be the outcome, but BJP's bottom line is there is a lot of confidence, bravado. They're very sure-footed. So when they say something or they do something, they give an impression, particularly in media, as if they are nobody can beat them at all. But the reality is somewhat different.
Rajdeep, can I take that question to you? To remove Pragya Singh Thakur, do you think is it a message that when I said, and I remember when Prime Minister Modi had said that these comments have hurt me, it was also to ensure that that controversy is done and dusted, because had that name been announced, possibly it could have led to another share of controversy. But Ajay Mishra Teni, that name, while in controversy indirectly, has been retained as well. So what do you make of this comment to drop the Bhopal name, which is such an important constituency for BJP?
Look, Bhopal is a relatively safe constituency for the BJP, given what's happened in recent elections there. So I don't really, hold much store by the fact that they've dropped Sadhvi Pragya. I know that even when she was given the ticket, there was an element of opposition even at that time. But at that time, the BJP wanted to ride this Hindutva wave. In 2024, you're not looking, you don't need to ride the Hindutva wave through a Sadhvi Pragya Thakur. You've already done the Ram Mandir consecration ceremony, the Pran Pratishtha. So the BJP doesn't really need to re-emphasize that they are the party of Hindutva. That's done and dusted. So to that extent, you don't really need a Sadhvi Pragya who contributes very little apart from being seen as a contentious, polarizing figure. Perhaps the winnability factor is what has saved Ajay Mishra Teni. Remember, in the Vidhan Sabha elections that took place, the BJP did spectacularly well in the Lakhimpur Kheri belt, despite the controversies that surrounded Mr. Teni. But it will give the opposition a chance to claim that this government, which says it's sympathetic towards the farmer, is actually anti-farmer. So I guess the BJP has calculated that risk. I just wanted a word on Thiruvananthapuram, where yes, you'll have a interesting contest, especially for us in English news channels. You've got a Shashi Tharoor versus a Rajiv Chandrasekhar. I mean, if you had to have a nice debate, a kind of big fight, you could do that between the two of them, put them up on the podium. Both are articulate English language speakers. Tharoor has won 3 consecutive elections there. When he went into Thiruvananthapuram, it was not an easy seat for the Congress. The left was a formidable opponent there. The BJP has never won a Lok Sabha seat in Kerala. Thiruvananthapuram, when O. Rajgopal was there, was one of the seats where there was one occasion where they gave a fight. But it will be interesting to see how the left now plays it. Now that Shashi Tharoor has been pitted against a Rajiv Chandrasekhar, what role does the left play in a seat like Thiruvananthapuram, where both the left and the Congress are part of the India Alliance? But that's one of the, if I look at the standout contest based on this first seats, for declaration of seats, it's Tharoor versus Rajiv Chandrasekhar. A nice elections on my plate probably awaits us in Kerala. Obviously not easy for the BJP to win that seat, but they could increase their vote share and, as Rashid said, create a certain buzz and excitement that even in Kerala we are putting all our energies in a state where we've never won a Lok Sabha seat. So create this mahal that we are in it for the fight in every seat.
Rajdeep, if that debate happens between Rajiv Chandrasekhar and Shashi Tharoor, Rajdeep Sardesai should be the moderator, and it should happen on India Today. I admire how you slipped it in, but it's aptly done. I appreciate it. And if either Shashi Tharoor or Rajiv Chandrasekhar are listening, it must happen very soon and only on India Today television. Paulomi, a quick word from you as well. Let's talk.
I've WhatsApp, just to say, Pooja, I've gone a step further. I've also WhatsApp both of them. They haven't replied yet.
Speaking like a true reporter, Rajdeep, that's how it's supposed to be done. You inspire and encourage us of how to approach the netas. Paulomi, quick word from you as well. Let's talk about the Northeast as well. To retain Kiran Rijiju, of course, who's been a minister, who's an important face for the BJP in the Northeast. And more states need to be done, but Assam and Arunachal Pradesh were mentioned by the BJP. Do tell us about BJP's strategy for Northeast, where they've done a lot of infrastructure development and they've wanted to ensure that Northeast is where BJP gets stronger.
That's right. As far as the Northeast is concerned, we do know that, Himanta Biswa Sarma, who in fact is the coordinator for the Northeast, as far as the BJP ruled states or those that the BJP is in alliance with other bigger parties in the Northeast are concerned. So he's had, of course, a lot of input to, make as far as this is concerned. Kiran Rijiju, at the time that he was axed as Law Minister and then given charge of the Earth Science Ministry, there was a lot of speculation as to what could have been the reason. It was seen, of course, as a demotion at that point of time for a minister who was doing so very well, someone who was considered to be an up-and-coming face, because in the first instance itself, he had been given the role of MOS in the very critical Home Ministry. And then, of course,
Yes.
he was raised, his rank was raised to that of a cabinet minister, and he was given the Law Ministry, another very critical ministry and department as well. And then, of course, now within the Earth Sciences Department, it appears that, though, of course, that he's managed to retain his seat, because as far as, faces are concerned, the BJP is looking for faces in states like Arunachal Pradesh and others as well, those who can, in fact, take the BJP's agenda to the people. Tapir Gao, for instance, he has constantly, who is, of course, the sitting member of parliament and has been fielded again by the party from Arunachal East. He, in fact, has been vocal and critical of the government about Chinese incursions. He has constantly written open letters, raised questions in parliament and said, what are you doing about these Chinese incursions? I have reports from my constituents about what's happening on the LAC, and we need to look at it very seriously. So he's been someone who's vocally, come out and spoken about that. Despite that, he's been retained. He's not been axed by the party, because he's spoken out on several occasions. So that just gives you a sense that one, they have some amount of credibility for sure in their constituencies. The constituents probably are happy with them, want to see them back. And as far as the BJP is concerned, they value that contribution as is concerned. But as far as Assam is concerned, a lot did the rounds as to where Sarbanand Sonowal would contest from, because it was very clear that the former Chief Minister of Assam, who was brought in to the Union Council of Ministers via the Rajya Sabha route, would be asked to contest the Lok Sabha election. So where would he contest from? It is said by many within the BJP camp that Dibrugarh is the seat that Himanta Biswa Sarma told the party top brass that Sarbanand Sonowal, as he calls him, Sarbada, should be contesting from. Rameshwar Teli, who was the sitting MP of the Bharatiya Janata Party, another union minister, he a union MOS, he has been dropped from Dibrugarh, and Sarbanand Sonowal will be contesting from that very seat. So yes, as far as Assam is concerned, it's all Himanta Biswa Sarma and his stamp majorly, of course, in communication with the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah.
You made an important point about East Arunachal announcement, which is Tapir Gao, and how, despite making those very critical LAC mentions, he has been retained as a name as well, significant perhaps of his popularity on the ground as well. Aishwarya Paliwal, I come to you now. Aishwarya, we haven't spoken about that one name, and if I can bring that to you, it's of Praveen Khandelwal, Confederation of All India Traders. He's the Secretary General, and then he talks about financial numbers, about how the industries are performing, and then to get a ticket from Chandni Chowk, it's a very significant constituency, Old Delhi. That is where Dr. Harshvardhan was from, and to get that ticket of Lok Sabha from the Bharatiya Janata Party, because almost everyone else is a neta already.
Well, Pooja, let me tell you, one of the things that Praveen Khandelwal has been doing, at least over the past 5 years, is to make sure that wherever he goes and everything that he does is vocal for local, because we have seen how he's the one who's always been at the forefront, making sure that the community is all together, and they all vouch, go ahead and then later vouch for everything which is Indian. And that's one of the major reasons why we have seen him saying that India now needs to make sure that they have the toys. He also goes ahead and speaks numbers. So definitely, that is something that the party has been looking at. He also has been speaking a lot about what big players, big MNCs have been doing. He also has been speaking about the fact that if India needs to grow, if our market needs to grow, then we need to start looking inwards. So everything that he's been doing over the past 5 years, Pooja, let me tell you, very categorically has been vocal for local, and he is someone who very strongly believes that what we really need to do is to make sure that we make our own products, buy our own
Aishwarya,
products,
stay
and
on
then
with
go
me.
and
Like
sell
we were talking about the
products made in
Northeast,
India. So
Sarbanand
that's something
Sonowal
which
is
he's
now
been doing over the
speaking. Let's
past 5
listen
years.
into him.
पहले भी उन्होंने निर्वाचित करके मुझे लोकसभा उन्होंने भेजा था। तो इस बार भी मुझे केंद्रीय समिति की तरफ से, राष्ट्रीय समिति की तरफ से ये मौका दी गई है। इसके लिए मैं परम आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को, राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हमारे जेपी नड्डा जी को विशेष रूप से धन्यवाद देता हूं। और साथ में मैं असम के मुख्यमंत्री डॉक्टर हिमंत बिश्व शर्मा जी और प्रदेश अध्यक्ष भवेश कलिता जी को धन्यवाद देता हूं। मैं इस चुनाव के लिए विशेष रूप से असम की जनता के चरणों में भक्ति भावनाओं से प्रणाम देता हूं और डिब्रूगढ़ लोकसभा कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी की सभी जनताओं को मैं विशेष रूप से प्रणाम देते हुए सबकी आशीर्वाद चाहता हूं, सहयोग चाहता हूं। और हमारे जो भी माननीय विधायकगण है अपने लोकसभा कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में और वर्तमान जो हमारे संसद और केंद्रीय मंत्री रामेश्वर तेली जी है, सबका साथ मिलकर पार्टी की सभी स्तर के कार्यकर्ता का साथ मिलकर हम जनता के पास जाएंगे और जनता के चरणों में प्रणाम देके सबके सहयोग चाहेंगे ताकि जनता हमें फिर से आशीर्वाद दे।
तो क्या बड़ा चैलेंज होगा टीएमसी भी एक यहाँ पे जो क्षेत्रीय दल है उसके साथ?
देखिए, राजनीति तो चैलेंज हमेशा होता है और टीएमसी बहुत खतरनाक चैलेंज इसलिए है क्योंकि टीएमसी कभी नियम, रूल्स, संविधान कुछ नहीं मानती। ममता बनर्जी जो है वो ना कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मानती है, ना मॉडल कोड ऑफ कॉन्डक्ट भी कभी कभी नहीं मानती। तो साम दाम दंड भेद हर तरीका का जो उनका ये है अस्त्र है उसका व्यवहार करती है। तो इसलिए ममता बनर्जी के खिलाफ, तृणमूल कांग्रेस के खिलाफ लड़ाई तो हमेशा टफ होती है। टफ करेंगे लड़ाई, अगर टफ नहीं होगा तो जीतने में मजा कहाँ से है।
जिस तरह से आप लोग हर बार कहते हैं कि चुनाव में निष्पक्ष अगर हो तो रिजल्ट अच्छा होता है, लेकिन क्या लगता है कि 21 में देखा गया, 19 में देखा गया, निष्पक्ष चुनाव इस बार होगा तो बीजेपी क्या फल करेगी?
देखिए, निष्पक्ष चुनाव होगा तो बीजेपी पहले से बहुत ज्यादा सीट जीतेगी और अमित शाह जी ने जो टारगेट हमको दिए के गए थे उससे आगे हम बढ़ेंगे।
तो सेंट्रल मिलिट्री फोर्स भी अब डिप्लॉयमेंट के लिए कर दिया गया है, क्या कहना चाहिए उसको लेकर?
देखिए, सेंट्रल फोर्सेस पहले से ही चले आए हैं। अभी शायद हर जिले में कुछ कुछ कंपनियां पहुंच भी चुकी है। तो मुझे लगता है कि इनका जुडिशियल डिप्लॉयमेंट होना चाहिए, लोगों के बीच कॉन्फिडेंस क्रिएट करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये इलेक्शन कमीशन का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन कराया जाए। अगर किसी जनता को डर लगता है, 1% भी डर है उनके दिल में, तो वहाँ पे इलेक्शन कमीशन को संज्ञान लेना चाहिए और लेके उसको फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन में भागीदारी उनका बनाना पड़ेगा। तो ये जो हुआ है, जो इसका पूरा रेकी होना चाहिए, कहाँ कहाँ पे बूथे है और तृणमूल कांग्रेस कहाँ कहाँ रिगिंग करता है। अगर काउंटिंग हॉल्स में प्रॉब्लम 21 में काउंटिंग हॉल्स में प्रॉब्लम किया, काउंटिंग खत्म होने से पहले घुस गए अंदर तृणमूल कांग्रेस के गुंडे, तो ये रोकना चाहिए और आगे सख्त से सख्त पहरा होना चाहिए और पूरा इलेक्शन सेंट्रल फोर्सेस के द्वारा ही नियंत्रित होना चाहिए।
So one by one, the candidates whose names have been announced are speaking, giving their first reactions. Our colleagues continue to be with us, as well as political analyst Rashid Kidwai. Abhishek Mishra is joining me from Uttar Pradesh. Abhishek, whether it's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh from Lucknow, or whether it's Hema Malini from Mathura, or other cities as well, even Amethi, where Smriti Irani has been announced, it is important to mention that this is the state where the BJP will want to focus to ensure that they need to win maximum seats. This is the state with the maximum constituencies as well.
Well, absolutely, Pooja, and that is what very much evident that the BJP top leadership has again, kept the confidence and on those candidates, these incumbent member of parliaments who have really performed well as per the report card. It looks like 46 repeat, 4 only new inductions in this list, and of course, Prime Minister Modi leading the list. Rajnath Singh, very much expected. Smriti Irani, we were also expecting her to come back again. She's also there. Hema Malini, yes, for instance, there was a speculation, but she managed to make it. Sadhvi Niranjan Jyoti and Rekha Verma, 4 of these women candidates from Uttar Pradesh. But one thing is very clear that, we were talking about the fact that Ajay Mishra Teni will not get a chance. But BJP has kept the confidence once again. Also for the seat from Gautam Budh Nagar and for instance some others. But one thing is very clear, that with this list the BJP has tried to give message that the work has been done on the ground. These MPs has delivered, and that is why in this first list we have seen a 46 repeat. Now what is interesting is when the second list will be out, 29 more names to go. So now there is indication that all these changes are now going to be happen in this second list. Very important constituencies. We have left out Allahabad, we have Kanpur, and all others, some very important constituencies in the eastern Uttar Pradesh. So there we are expecting some big changes, and that is why in this first list BJP has kept confidence in these incumbent MPs. Yes, slight changes, but most of them have been repeat. So for Uttar Pradesh, because it's a very strong hold, they have the double engine government which they constantly make during their campaigning as well. So that is why it looks like that for the first list Uttar Pradesh has not given much surprises, but be sure and be ready for the second list, because 29 more important names will certainly going to have some lot of changes and lot of combinations which will affect the final listing. Yes.
So for now, from Muzaffarnagar, Amroha, Gautam Budh Nagar, Mathura, Sitapur, Lucknow, Amethi, at least these are some of the names from Uttar Pradesh that have been announced, but many more names. And of course, on top will be from Varanasi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. State of War 2024 has officially begun. BJP releasing the first list of 194 candidates for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Out of this, the list includes 34 ministers and 2 former chief ministers as well. BJP, interestingly, has given also preference to SC/ST OBC candidates in the list. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's name, of course, was one of the first to be announced to contest from the current constituency Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. Home Minister Amit Shah next to fight from Gandhinagar. Rajnath Singh to contest from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, and from the same state, Smriti Irani to again contest from Amethi. So these were, of course, the names that were retained. The list has set the stage. Listen in now to the reactions that have come in of the candidates whose names have been announced specifically for the first time with regard to Lok Sabha elections.
पार्टी ने हम जैसे कार्यकर्ताओं को चुनाव लड़ाने का फैसला किया है। राष्ट्रीय पुनर्निर्माण के मिशन में गिलहरी की तरह योगदान देने का अवसर पार्टी ने दिया है। अपनी संपूर्ण क्षमता को लगा के हम काम करेंगे। मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का, आदरणीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी नड्डा जी का, अमित जी का, केंद्रीय नेतृत्व का आभारी हूं। विदिशा से सदैव से मेरा आत्मीय रिश्ता रहा है, फिर एक बार सेवा का सौभाग्य मिला है।
I am very excited. I am very honored because this is, as you know, after 18 years of public life and of serving in the Rajya Sabha, this is the first opportunity I have got to contest in the Lok Sabha, and that our Prime Minister and our Home Minister and our party President have chosen to field me as their candidate in the capital of Kerala, Trivandrum, a state that I belong to, state my family comes from, is a great honor. I am very excited. I am very happy.
मैं इसके लिए शीर्ष नेतृत्व का आभार प्रकट करता हूं।
चांदनी चौक सीट से बीजेपी ने कन्फेडरेशन ऑफ ऑल इंडिया ट्रेडर्स के महामंत्री प्रवीण खंडेलवाल को लोकसभा चुनावों के लिए अपना उम्मीदवार बनाया है। कितनी चुनौती है सर इस बार?
कोई चुनौती नहीं है। प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी के नेतृत्व में हम दिल्ली की 7 सीटें जीत रहे हैं, देश में सरकार बना रहे हैं। अब की बार 400 पार।
मुद्दे क्या क्या है?
मुद्दे भाजपा नेतृत्व जो तय करेगा उन मुद्दों को लेकर के हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी के हर मतदाता के पास जाएंगे और उन्हें बताएंगे मोदी गारंटी क्या है और पिछले 10 सालों में प्रधानमंत्री जी ने और सरकार ने जो काम किए हैं, एक एक काम हम लोगों को बताएंगे, जिससे कि और आने वाले 5 सालों में किस प्रकार से भारत का भविष्य सुनहरा होगा, उसकी चर्चा सब लोगों